Good to see you.
Good seeing you as well.
I'm just wondering, I got a couple things for you. I wonder, first of all, how much have you had a chance to maybe dig into what the Chiefs offense was last year? And if so, what were your impressions?
You know what? I really haven't had an opportunity to dig in and really study it like I want to. Every now and then I would pick up, a few ideas or a few plays here and there, but I really haven't had a chance to dig in like I want to. I'm going to spend this time doing that during this period just to figure out the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the indifferent. But I'm excited about the opportunity. Obviously, looking forward to getting back to work with some of these guys, and ideally just getting reacclimated with the staff.
I don't want to just focus on the bad and the ugly on that, but I do wonder, and I think I know where the answer goes with this, but I'm still curious of your response of just your comfort level when you do see the bad and the ugly in your conversations with coaches about pointing out the flaws that you might see.
Well, I mean, that's why we get paid. We're coaches, right? It's our job to come up with answers. So we got to make sure that we can give solutions to the answers and making sure that we resolve it. We got a great coaching staff, got great people. I feel like I'm back in with family, and so we all are very familiar with each other. So we'll sit down and figure everything out together.
We'll go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hello, Eric. Good to see you. I have two questions as well.
Yes, sir.
My first is, I'm sure you heard Patrick's comments about wanting new ideas. From your perspective, in the past 3 years, how much do you think those experiences will help you get to maybe presenting new ideas, not only to Patrick, but Andy and the rest of the offensive staff?
I think it's always good because I've had an opportunity to learn a few things and obviously open up my mind just to how to view things from a different point of view, and it's great. But on top of that, we got to make sure that we're getting down to what is best for us when it's all said and done with. So yes, anybody can present an idea. But more importantly, we need to make sure, first and foremost, that we're taking a look at anything that we need to continue to improve upon or continue working with, and making sure that we're getting all the answers first with that, and then just figure out what do we need to go from there. But it's day one. We'll figure all that out at some point in time. But I will say this, I'm fired up and excited just to have this opportunity to be in the building and just having these discussions.
And secondly, Eric, have you had a chance to talk to Patrick? Have you had a chance to talk to Travis? And just what is your, I guess, initial reactions of getting back and working with them, obviously, for next season?
You know what? I've had just a small minimum conversation with both, and they all have been great. But more than anything, it's just the excitement of just reuniting. It was just like when I came here, we came out here and we played them in the preseason. It was great seeing those guys, because I haven't seen them in years. And so it just feels good just to sit down and have conversations with guys. And to be honest, I have not talked any football or anything. It's just the excitement of just seeing each other, asking how they're doing, and making sure everything is good moving forward. But is the excitement high? Yes. Am I fired up? Yes. Do I respect the hell out of both those guys? Yes. So I'm looking forward to getting back in the grind and chopping wood with them.
We'll hear from Herbie Teope next. Herbie?
Coach, welcome back to Kansas City, man.
How we doing, Herbie? What's happening?
Hey, I'm doing well, thanks. I got two questions here. It's sort of a follow-up to what Nate asked you about offering that creative voice to this offense, but the opportunity to kind of spread your wings over the last few years as an offensive play caller in Washington and UCLA, how do you think that helped develop you to be more of a creative voice on the staff?
You know what? I think it's helped me in a number of ways because when you're doing it on your own, you got to find creative ways to implement a system. On top of that, you learn a lot about yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because all ideas are not bad ideas. We just need to be receptive to them. And so just the dynamic of working with people, learning how to communicate and articulate your plan and getting them to buy in, I think all that helps. And I think any experience that you've had, whether it's good or bad, it's all something that we can learn from. And so with that said, I've learned a lot over the years. I've learned a lot about myself, and I'm just excited, just to get started. And obviously today is day one, but I want to make sure day 2, 3, 4, and 5 that we hit the ground running, with all this excitement and all this energy that's being created.
You mentioned hitting the ground running, and this is my last question. Obviously, given your background coaching running backs, how involved do you see yourself as the offensive coordinator with energizing this run game?
Let me just say this. First and foremost, we obviously have a tremendous staff. And obviously, with Coach Reed, we're going to figure out what things that we need to do moving forward as far as making sure we're getting the right people in the building. But when it's all said and done, we're going to make sure that we can do the things that we do best. We have one of the better O-lineman coaches here in the industry, and Coach Heck. He does an outstanding job with those guys up front, and then just having an impact and just making sure that we're doing the things that we can do that's going to help us moving forward. So, yes, have I been exposed to a number of run schemes? Yes. All right. At the end of the day, we got to make sure that we're doing what is best for us moving forward. And I think that's just the general overall plan.
We'll go next to Nick Jacobs. Nick?
Yeah, and I'll have a follow-up, please. Eric, for you, whether it was Deshaun, Ron Rivera, Ben Johnson, or other coaches on staff, how did they help make you a better teacher to the players?
I think more than anything, just sitting down and having that discussion with them, because when you're working with people who's not familiar with what you do, it's basically you're selling your idea and your thoughts. Okay, you're selling that game plan to those coaches, getting them to buy in. And those are things that are not tough, but what it does, it gives you an opportunity to articulate your plan clear and just basically defining it and painting a picture for them so they can see it and see it how it comes to fruition and everything. And so that's one thing that I would say that has helped me moving forward. But more than anything, just the ability just to sit down and communicate with players as well, because every person, every player is different, okay? It's all about still establishing the right relationships and getting to know the people that you're working with. If anything, I think over the years, you still want to spend that amount of time, but I think that's something that I can do even a much better job of, is just getting to know the people, and on top of that, making sure that I'm establishing myself within the culture as well, and just not blending in, but also making sure that I can be the right fit and implementing the things that I want to implement as well.
And then speaking of culture, you got to go to 3 different ones that were different than what you got to experience for over a decade in Kansas City. How did that kind of help you maybe appreciate some things here, but also be like, hey, if I get a chance in the future, I want to implement this?
Just what you said, I think it's exactly that. Because of the success, you always have a tendency of wanting to do it the way that you know it to be done. But on top of that, there's different ways to game plan everything. And I think more than anything, I just gained a diverse deal of wealth over the years from 3 good men who were head coaches that have an approach that, it's not bad. These are great ideas that I think that moving forward that, at some point in time can implement, as we move forward. I'm sorry. But it was a unique experience, a very unique experience. But on top of that, a very educating one as well.
We have time for just a couple more. We'll go next to Vahe Gregorian. Vahe?
Hey, Eric, welcome back.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. A couple things related to what you've been speaking about. When you say that about learning about yourself, I realize it's hard to sum this all up, but what do you feel like these last couple of years have made you learn about yourself? And then, Kelsey, I'll just have one quick follow-up.
More than anything, you develop patience. You develop a broad view on things. It forces you to go back and maybe look at things a little bit different, all right, and on how you approach everything. Because just because it worked here doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work somewhere else. And so you just want to make sure that you're fitting in, all right, within the environment that you're working with. And one thing, anybody can call plays, but you got to make sure that you are doing what is best for those players all right, in that particular time, because the talent level may not equate to what you may have worked with in the past. But this talent level can do some things that are different. And that's one thing that you learn. And it's a valuable lesson because it's something that will help you, but it's humbling as well. But, it's very educating. And let me just say this. I lost my train of thought there. Excuse me. I got a lot of stuff on my mind. But I'm fired up about the opportunity of being here. But I'm sorry, my phone was buzzing. I apologize.
Not at all. Just the last part is simply, it's probably hard to describe this, but how much do you feel like you're the same person who left here versus how much you might feel like you're a bit different now?
Well, I'll say this. There's some things about me that have changed, but more than anything, EB is EB. We will still be disciplined in detail and everything and how we handle our business. There's a standard of performance. There's a standard of excellence that'll be expected. But on top of that, there's been a great deal of wealth that I've learned, through the good and through the bad. And the thing that I appreciate is just helped me to grow into this role and have this opportunity to be in this situation again. And thank you.
We'll go quickly to Matt Derrick. Matt?
Hey, Coach, it's good to see you again. Welcome back to
doing,
Kansas
Matt?
City.
Yes, sir.
Doing well. Hope you are as well. When you look back at your 5 years as offensive coordinator here, what stands out to you? What are the memories, and what do you feel like were the hallmarks of those 5 years of really sustained success that you had?
You know what? I think obviously there's a number of things that you can look back upon. Hell, you can look back at the first Super Bowl. Everybody always asks me the question, well, what was that deal about the Wasp play? What took place when we were mic'd up? People always ask me that question, and everybody wants to know, what type of guy Pat Mahomes is, or what makes Travis Kelce ticks. But here's the beauty of it. I think more than anything, it's just watching these guys grow over the years and just watching them become the men that they have become and watching their success from afar. That's what I'm proud of more than anything. Not the things that we've accomplished throughout that time, but the things that they have accomplished since then. Watching them grow as men, watching them become a family man. And I think more than anything, that's important because the relationships that you build, they'll outlast anything. And these young men, I'm just very proud of, and I'm just proud that I've had an opportunity to work with them.
We'll go to our final question here with Pete Sweeney. Pete?
Hey, Erica, congratulations. You mentioned that Big Red calls, when Big Red calls you pick up. I just was wondering if you could describe how this came about from your perspective. I know that you finished very recently with Chicago, but just how it all happened.
Well, to be quite honest, it just happened. We were playing in the playoffs, and unfortunately, we came up short. The next day, I get a phone call. Big Red is calling, and obviously, there was some tough conversations having with the head coach and with our players. But it was great having that opportunity to work in Chicago. Great having that opportunity to work with Coach Ben Johnson, who's a hell of a coach, who's going to have a great deal of success as well. And it was great having that opportunity to working with that organization. But having this opportunity to come back and be put in this chair with Coach Reed, that was just something that it's tough to pass upon, So with all that taking place, I'm excited. I'm fired up. It was one of them deals that happened fast, and I'm looking forward to it. I just drove in yesterday. I waited out the storm, so I'm here. Now I'm, going off a few hours of sleep. But more than anything, I'm just excited and fired up about the opportunity. I feel like a kid in a candy store. I don't know if you guys can hear the nervous energy in my voice. I'm just excitement.
Here's how it works. First, go to riverside.
All right, there it is. Eric Bieniemy being announced. I don't know where he's going in Riverside after that, but I'm happy he's got
lots of places.
A lot of places to go. 9. How about it?
We don't have YouTube Premium.
That was well done.
That was well done. Eric Bieniemy fired up to be here in Kansas City. We can open the phone lines up. We have now had the introduction. It's all official. Ready to go to work. Drove in last night and talked about taking things from different places and what have you. I don't know. You got a first reaction? What we heard there from Eric Bieniemy?
I heard a lot of what I often described as Eric Bieniemy telling us in detail what his job entails without necessarily telling us how he's going to do it. But at this point, he doesn't really know how he's going to do it exactly. He said he just got here, so maybe that'll change a little bit. But there was a lot of the old what we need to do is make sure that we're doing the right thing for the players. And I'm like, yeah, coaching 101. So I was like, I remember that now. But I would imagine once we get more into the nuts and bolts things, he'll be able to expound. I'm sure he doesn't know much more than that right now. So he did mention, the things he's picked up, and you have to, whatever you've got to make sure that it works with the players you have. At some point, probably they will, if they like the scheme, they will begin to get players that fit the scheme, maybe not just the other way around, but
or fit the scheme to the players.
Yes, fit the scheme to the
players. Because I think you could make a case that there's some guys that don't necessarily
right,
like or maybe evolve the scheme and evolve the players with it.
Yes.
Like stop with the Lilliputians at wideout would be one of my recommendations.
Right.
I don't see Xavier Worthy blowing up a safety in the run game. I don't see him getting his feet in bounds. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of frustrations there with that spot. Like, there were other bigger receivers that will at least be helping you block downfield.
Yeah, and I think you do both of those, but in a different order. I think the offseason is trying to find the players to fit the scheme. Once you've got your roster,
the players, sure.
Okay, now what can we do? And then you begin adjusting the scheme to the players as much as you can. Then you might adjust who starts over who, snap-wise based on the scheme. But once you got who's going to play, then you begin to tweak the scheme to fit who you've got.
Yeah,
he will be doing both of those.
What is going to be the biggest impact that Eric Bieniemy can make on his team? We'll talk about that. 913-810-810. We'll open up the phone lines. Eric Bieniemy is back. I will tell you, he's one of the more jovial people. First of all, can we also celebrate? I mean, we just watched it on the Zoom. If you've seen him on the sidelines with the Bears, but the beard is sensational.
Oh my goodness!
And let me just tell you,
good.
Any black guy out there using Grecian formula on your beard, please stop.
Yes.
Because there's nothing cooler than the gray beard when you're a black guy.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like the best
fantastic.
look. Trust me. I go back to Deion Sanders when he told me, and I interviewed him once at the Super Bowl, and he was wearing a red pinstripe suit. And I said, can I pull that suit off? And he said, no. I said, how come? And I thought he might go, because you're a fat ass. That's not what he said. He said, skin tone. I was like, okay. That's it. Yep. It's also part of the reason why that beard game is so strong when it comes to Eric Bieniemy. So it is great to have Eric Bieniemy back. He is, as good a guy. There's, who doesn't like a 5'6" coach?
Yes.
Barking at 6'7", 325.
Yep.
I mean, and he is truly a bulldog, and I've always enjoyed talking with him. I don't always enjoy what he says. I mean, you hit on it. The coach speak is strong, but I actually thought right up until he said, "Well, I forgot. I lost my train of thought there."
Yeah,
I actually thought like he has gotten more polished
for sure
in the 3 years that he was gone.
I would agree.
Now we'll see when he's got to talk every week, and it's about a game plan. Do we get at the end of the day?
Yep.
And I'll say this,
and
we didn't get that all the time.
He had a third one that I'd forgotten. I can't remember what it was, but he used that one today. It was similar to at the end of the day.
But this is the guy who called Patrick Mahomes a competitive prick.
Yep.
So,
and which funnels into one of my more enjoyable ones. He says there are some things about me that have changed, but EB is still EB.
Yeah.
I hope so.
And I think when he says that, I think it's clear that Andy Reid has told him we need EB.
Yeah.
And accountability is one of the things that the quarterback said he was looking for, an offense coordinator that would hold people accountable. And I think they will definitely get that. And that
Detail
may be this,
and discipline.
That may be this. Listen, it may be that everybody does the same, let's call it maintenance work on the offense in that offensive coordinator role underneath Andy Reid. Break down the tape, get me this, organize this, get that. We need this. Let's look at this. Make sure you've checked the last 4 games on what they do here. There's all that. But there's no doubt that Eric Bieniemy is a guy that will get after people, and it's genuine. right? Like I don't think if you're not a person that gets after people, you can't get after people. Eric Bieniemy's a guy that's not afraid of confrontation and not afraid to tell you what he thinks. And I think this team right now can use that. Is that solve all their ills? No, I think there's scheme issues. Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy will go to work on that. We'll see what they come up with, and we'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah.
Right, because there were frustrations. I mean, everybody heard about the rumblings about what went down in the conference championship game in Cincinnati and the different things that were going on. When Eric Bieniemy left, we all knew he was leaving. The same way Matt Nagy left this year, we all knew Matt Nagy was leaving. So, is it a better mix? Is 3 years of experience for Eric Bieniemy make him more suited for this job? Is 3 years without Eric Bieniemy make this job more suited for Eric for what he does? I think all those are questions we'll find out.
It's a creative, but not only creative force, but a corrective force.
Yeah. Has he minimized his weaknesses, maximized his strengths? I think he probably has. I mean, I think you don't coach this long in the league without being a guy that can evolve, adjust, adapt. I think it'll be interesting to see how things are different. What it looks like at training camp. How much Eric Bieniemy's on guys. Is there a guy like, ooh, Rashee Rice is hearing a lot from Eric Bieniemy. Ooh, Jared Wiley's hearing a lot from Eric Bieniemy. I wonder if this was the guy they decided to sick the Bulldog on. Hey, we got problems at A, B, and C. We'll find out. It'll be fun. We will see next year with the record, the wins and losses. Was this the answer for the Chiefs? We'll find out. We'll take your phone calls next. I know Rodney wants to lead us off. He'll do that when we come back. 913-810-810. You're in the program.
The program with Soren Petro.
Humus? What's that?
It's a lemony garbanzo dip.
You have never seen a football in your life.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, listen, we had college basketball last night. Were you in on the action? You can do it with the college hoops. Underdog has got you covered with all the college hoops. I think it was 18.5 on the Mark Mitchell. Go higher or lower. Yeah, it was. Higher or lower on 18.5 points. You could have been a part of that with Underdog. All the college hoops and all the football. The big game's right around the corner. That's right, right around the corner. And you can get in on all the action on Underdog right now in Missouri. Listen, new customers, you can score $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry at Underdog. Download the app. What are you waiting for? There's no reason to wait. Get it right now. Use promo code SOREN, S-O-R-E-N, and score $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you play your first $5 on fantasy. That's promo code SOREN. You can even win up to 5,000 times your cash. Like I said, don't wait. Sign up right now. Rushing yards, receiving yards, touchdowns. If you know the game forward and backward, you're going to love it. One of the things I'm looking at, I think Sam Darnold's going to throw a pick. I think Mike Vrabel will have something for him. I'm going higher than 1/2 INT. He throws the pick, I'm a winner. It's just that easy. Download the Underdog app today. Use promo code SOREN. Score $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you play your first $5 on fantasy. That's promo code SOREN at Underdog. Make plays. Win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
This President's Day, celebrate real savings at Big O Tires. For a limited time, buy 3 Big O brand tires and get the 4th one free during the Big O Tires President's Day sale. That's 4 dependable tires for the price of 3. Designed for better traction, a smoother ride, and confidence on every mile. Upgrade your ride with tires you can count on. This deal won't last, so visit your locally owned and operated Big O Tires today and keep more presidents in your pocket on this President's Day. Ask about the Healthy Car Special as well. It's just $39.95. Includes a conventional oil change, tire rotation, alignment.
You're listening to the program here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Thank you for joining us. Busy day today. We open with the Eric Bieniemy press conference, off and running with that. Coming up a little bit later on, we will play the few. Todd Lebo will be with us. So do you want to go to Nick and Jake's or not?
I do.
I do too. We can't win, but you
damn
can. We'll need a contestant at 3 o'clock. Now we'll get some Lebo sounds, maybe hear a little bit more of Eric Bieniemy, maybe a little bit of Dennis Gates, maybe a little bit of Jerome Tang.
Oh, boy.
Tough day for the locals last night on the hardwoods. Frank Bull coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll get some Frank opinions with Frank. Keith Law. We will lay down the Keith Law.
The law.
And his
We
top
won't
100
fight the law,
prospects.
and the law will win. Now, it's old song.
I saw one.
I'm looking forward to that, though.
I saw one prospect list that had one Royal in the top 100.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Law has
3.
Yes. I didn't know if you knew.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know if you were waiting for me to say it or if you were doing me to guess. Yeah.
Leading up to it, building the drama, the excitement. So we'll talk about the Keith Law on prospects.
We'll find out what the law says.
Have you ever fought the law?
I have not. No, not really.
Yeah, not really. It's probably not smart. 913-381-810. Eric Bieniemy having his debut press conference back with the Kansas City Chiefs. Nothing revolutionary.
No.
But nothing a disaster either.
No. It kind of, whatever you felt about him, you probably feel about the same.
Let's find out if Rodney thinks that. Rodney, you're in the program. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, Soren?
You, man. Or you. Well, yeah. I'm used to what's going on, and I say you. How's it going? You're how it's going. You're up, Rodney. You save us from ourselves here.
Well, to me, I'm more excited. I know we got the Super Bowl. I know we have the Combine. I know we have the draft. But I'm going to be the first fan that sit here and say I can't wait for training camp. I'm a trenches type of guy. I love the offensive, defensive line play, and I'm ready to see what Eric Bieniemy do with a stud of Justin Simmons and the athletic ability of Kingsley. And what is his idea at right tackle? And on top of watching tape of Justin Simmons, are you going to change the blocking scheme of the running back chipping on his side? Because, hey, that's what broke his wrist. Do he really need that? I can't wait for training camp to see what do Eric Bieniemy do with this offensive line. And I'm probably the only one to say I'm ready to hear from Chad O'Shea. I know his pedigree. I know how good he is. I want to be in that wide receiver room in that first meeting. I know it's going to be a different feel. And so I'm just excited. I'm ready for training camp. I want to see how these guys – I know it's going to be a different feel. I know it's going to be a much of a different fire. Fire always been red, but I think this fire is going to be a different color, a different feel, a different intensity, and it's going to be a different type of heat in St. Joe. So I'm excited. I'm ready.
Is that all because of Eric Bieniemy, or is it also partially because they've got something to prove after such a disappointing season?
I say both. I say in not just Eric Bieniemy, but also the hiring of Chad O'Shea. That's a top-notch wide receiver coach. In the passing game, going like this guy knows what he's doing, and to turn guys into absolute elite problem makers for defense. He knows what he's doing. Also, I think this is, to me, by my perspective, I think just those two guys alone takes a lot of pressure off of Andy Reid. He could just be the head coaches of players. You got guys that can handle the X's and O's and handle the offense, just those two alone, on top of with Andy Heck, taking a lot of pressure off of him. But now you can just be the head coach. Let these guys handle it, and then they can think it's a different type of fire because now you got punched in the mouth big time. And so now what is your response to it? What is your response to what's going on? Yes, Patrick coming off of injuries. We have all this stuff going on. Like, now it's okay. What are we going to do about it? There's no excuses, I think, and then that's what's going to start now. There's no excuses. You got two coaches who live off of that. There's no excuses now.
No, I agree.
I'm ready to see it.
Yeah, I think the accountability thing, and I think, and Rodney, thank you for the call, buddy. It's always good to hear from you, and you are what's going on today, by the way. I think the accountability thing, when Patrick Mahomes answered that question, I think he probably already knew Eric Bieniemy was going to be the guy, and he was thinking in terms of this is what this guy's going to bring, and I definitely think that's going to be part of it. Like I said, I think the wide receiver room was soft. They obviously have made a change, so they didn't think it was getting done either. And so I think that's going to be a top priority. I don't know if the running back room is soft or just incapable. Either way, I think Eric Bieniemy will be looking at the tape and saying, no, or this is where he needs to be better. But they're going to get a draft. They're going to get a free agency. Not a lot of room. I'm hoping not a lot of room because they take their lumps this year against the cap to give themselves a much better situation for 27, 28, and beyond. But I do think he will bring I think the wide receiver room will be better for having him here. And you mentioned Chad O'Shea. I don't think it's a coincidence that move was made either. 53 years old, a lot of experience with championship football, a lot of experience with wide receivers. You heard Tom Brady breaking down the wideouts in the game over the weekend and talking about pad level and, the deception that with Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think he was talking about, how he disguised where he was going to go. I mean, I think Tom Brady recognizes that kind of thing because he's been in meetings with Chad O'Shea.
Yeah.
Right? And those are the kind of things I expect the Chiefs receivers to get better at. And I think there'll be a wake-up call from Eric Bieniemy for sure.
And I think a lot of the discussion in the last couple of years as they've been underwhelming at that position has been, is it coaching or is it talent? I think after the end of this year, we'll have a much better idea of if they're struggling or if they're better, what it was. If they continue to struggle, maybe it was talent. If they get better, probably coaching.
913-810-810, the phone number. Let's go to Northland. Joe, you're in the program. Joe, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
You bet.
I've been trying to remember back, and maybe you can help me out here and let me know if you think things might change. Is Eric Bieniemy more of a hands-on with each individual player, or is he kind of go through the chain of command if he goes through the coaches?
No, I think he's hands-on. I see something, you're going to hear it immediately. I mean, we remember him barking with Patrick Mahomes coming off the field at halftime of one game, shouting back and forth with Travis Kelce on the sideline of another. I mean, there is no one that will escape his reactions. I would say his coaching, his commenting, his frustration, whatever the point is he wants to get across, he will not hesitate and he will do it himself.
Okay, so do you think that there could still be some changes to the coaches that report to Eric Bieniemy? I don't think there will be, but I think there could. Because I think if it would have been easy for Andy Reid to address all coaching moves when he addressed the Eric Bieniemy situation. That the Monday press conference with Andy Reid is still a little bit bizarre. I think it was as much about putting a seal of approval on Matt Nagy, trying to boost him in the job openings that he's still trying for, that's out there, as it was to talk about Eric Bieniemy, because you could wait on Eric Bieniemy. But I appreciate the organization making Andy Reid available, making Eric Bieniemy available right away. I think that's a positive. That shows, that they're ready to talk and ready to get back to work. Look, they have not confirmed any of the other moves. We know they're changing out some quality controls and some assistants to the assistants, and they're changing out the wide receiver coach. I wouldn't be shocked. If there is another, I wouldn't be shocked. But I think by now you probably would have made it, especially when Andy Reid makes the point to say, "Well, we had to go get Eric Bieniemy because you got to move fast. When these jobs are open, you got to move fast to fill it." I think if he was still contemplating a change and still looking for other people, I don't know that he would have made that comment about Eric Bieniemy when he had his press conference on Monday. Joe, do you know? Are there any coaches that are familiar with EB? I mean, has anyone reported to him, actually worked with him in the past? Yeah,
Andy, just about what? Well, Andy Heck. Would Pinkston go back that far?
Let me see.
I'm trying to remember when all those maneuvers made. Pinkston might have overlapped for a year, but definitely Andy Heck, the tight end coach. And I think the entire defensive staff, for the most part, have all been around Eric Bieniemy because that defensive side hasn't changed much at all since Steve Spagnuolo took over.
Pinkston was not. He got here in 23.
Okay, so Todd Pinkston, the running back coach, if he's still here, would be one of them. And otherwise, the rest of the offensive staff is familiar with him.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Yep, appreciate it, Joe. Thanks for the call. 913-3810810. Let's talk to John. You're on the program, John. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking my phone call. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Couple observations. One, I can speak for myself. I'm thrilled that EB's coming back. I think this makes it more likely that Travis Kelce comes back. Just my prediction. Right now, I honestly would be surprised if he didn't. I think he wants to come back for one more year of Pat Mahomes, one more year of EB. He has the rest of his life to make movies and do TV shows and stuff. Just my observation. And two, Chris Jones and Trent McDuffie. I would love to have those guys back next year, but at the same time, I hope this draft is a 2022 draft. I know that we have like 5 picks and maybe one more, the compensatory pick.
We have 6 total, yeah.
Yeah, so I think, could you get a first and a third for Trent McDuffie? Could you get a second or a third round pick for Chris Jones if you bid off a lot of his salary this year? I mean, I would love to get some more picks, maybe even trade one from 9 to 20 to get a couple more. I just think we need some more picks, and this needs to be a 2022 type draft, and just want to get your thoughts. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, and if you've listened to the program much, you know you're speaking my love language when you start talking more picks. I mean, I'm all about more picks. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned that draft class. I think one of the reasons it was successful is they entered the draft with 12 picks, finished with 10 of them. There are some ones that did nothing for the Chiefs, but nobody remembers them because 7 of them were really good, or at least contributors or better.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think that's, they need more picks. I think they'd love to have more picks. At 9, they're in a spot where they really have a pick that is valuable to move down, 31, 30, 32. That's not a spot that's really hotly coveted. And we've said it a couple of times. I think at 40, they're going to get the same caliber player they'd get at 31 or 2. So a Trent McDuffie trade, listen, if you've played fantasy sports and made trades in fantasy sports, a trade is not a trade. A trade is a trade is a trade, right? Just because one guy got one thing doesn't mean you can offer somebody else more for less and they'll say no because it's not what they want. And I will caution you, I don't think there's any world where the Chiefs get 2 first-round picks, a la the Sauce Gardner deal. First and third, absolute max I can see. The big difference to keep in mind is Sauce Gardner's signing bonus had already been paid, so had, I think, a roster bonus and a big chunk of that year's salary. All had been paid by the Jets, so he was discounted on real cash, and a big chunk of the cap stayed with the Jets. That will not be the case with trading Trent McDuffie. The team that acquires him will take the full brunt of all of that. So, and I would think that because Sauce Gardner is bigger, he would simply be more coveted. I know there are different things that rank Trent McDuffie higher, and he may very well be a better corner. I just think, hey, we know what this guy is. Do we want to play him on the slot? McDuffie does get exposed sometimes against bigger receivers. See the Cowboy game. Okay, so I think that's going to resonate. So I think you're looking more second, third. If they could get a second and a third from a team that's picking in the middle or high, I'd be thrilled. And I would make the move. I would also kick the tires on signing Jalen Watson. Now, I don't think he would be receptive because Jalen Watson's going to be one of the better corners out there, and somebody will grossly overpay for him. But give it a try. The Chiefs probably already have. And when he says no, okay, now we're moving on, and you're going to want to find a corner somewhere, but they played without Trent McDuffie a lot. They played without Jalen Watson at times in the past. I mean, I think you can make it go, but you're now thin at corner, but they've shown that they can develop. Noel Williams and Christian Fulton, as your starting corners, I think you're fine. It's where your depth is after that.
Looking at Bieniemy's staff the last time he was here and now, just looking at the people underneath him, passing game coordinator Joe Blameyer is a constant. Quarterbacks coach David Girardi is a constant, as is tight ends coach Tom Melvin, offensive line coach Andy Heck, and his assistant Corey Mathey. The only ones that are going to be different, running back coach and tight ends coach. But everyone else who's under Eric Bieniemy now was under him when he was here last time.
913-810-810. Let's go to John. You're in the program. John, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, guys. Appreciate you taking my call. Hey, just a really quick kind of question, comment, and then I'll let y'all be. So remember earlier in the year, I think it was when we played Buffalo, and Buffalo made the big stink that they knew what route, whether it was going to be a pass to Worthy based on his body language, things like that. So, quick question. Do you think with our new wide receiver coach, there's any chance in hell that'll happen next year?
No.
No, and that's exactly what I thought, too. And that alone tells me that this is going to be, or should be, an improvement, right? That kind of thing will not happen again, right? And it happened all too frequently. If this happened once that we know about, it was happening other times that we didn't know about.
Well, and I think it's also...
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm with you, and we don't know that Connor Embry didn't point these things out to Xavier Worthy, but if it is true, let's take what was said as true. If that is true, then we don't know that Connor Embry didn't tell him, stop doing this, make sure you do this, but he definitely didn't take it out onto the field.
Right.
Right? And
right.
so
The coaching didn't take.
Right.
Right. His method didn't work.
Yeah, you can, a lot of people just think back to your days in school, the classroom of the teacher that had lost control and everybody's goofing off. He or she may still be able to tell you about, the war of 1812, but if ain't anybody paying attention, it don't really matter. Right? So I think there is clearly, I think that was part of, and thank you for the call, John. I think that's part of the reason why the changes that have been made were made. 913-810-810. Ryan, Dwayne, we'll get to you next. You're in the program. By the way, I'll underscore what Dennis just said there. More than a quarter century, family leisure, great spot, local company, great folks, and they're having a big clearance sale. When they do, take advantage of it. You heard them up to 70% off on some stuff. So go see them at Family Leisure, K10 and Ridgeview. Great folks, great Kansas City family. I know they do a lot in the community as well.
Yep.
There might be a street with, like on one of the campuses with the family name. Good people. Love going out there. Great store. They'll take care of you. Make sure you tell them you heard it right here on the program. Special discounts for 810 listeners as well. 913-381-810. Taking your phone calls. Ryan, waiting patiently. You're next up, Ryan. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Soren. Yeah. First-time caller, and got a Chiefs question for you.
Okay.
There was a Chiefs rumor here for you today. Pat Mahomes, he posted a new story on IG today on Instagram, and Isaiah Likely liked it. I was wondering your guys' take. If Travis does retire, how do you guys think, would you want Isaiah Likely on this team? And do you think he'd perform? Do you think he'd be a 1,000-yard receiver? I just wanted your guys' take to see what you guys think he would be on the team.
Well, he wears white shoes.
I think, that would be nice. Ryan, I think yes. Yes, and yes. I think if he were a lead tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, he'd be a 1,000-yard tight end. Nobody's Travis Kelce. But Travis Kelce, we're talking about vintage Travis Kelce's 1,400 and 10 touchdowns.
And Likely will be 27 this coming year.
I like Isaiah Likely a lot. And Mark Andrews has always been in front of him. He's always been nicked up a lot. There's been a lot of injuries. There's a little bit of a tease. So would I like him? Yes. My assumption is that a younger team that's ascending with a lot more cap room would overpay to get him.
Yeah.
That would be my assumption.
Matt Bowen of ESPN released his top 50 free agents this offseason. He has Isaiah Likely ranked 20. So.
And how old is he?
He'll be 27 entering this season.
So he's 26 right now?
Let me look at exactly. He just says age entering 26. I'll look at the exact age.
I'd like to see what the date is on that. If he's 26 now, because, the guys that you're going to watch come off the boards, we talk about this every year in free agency, and it's the same every year. You're going to see the younger guys, 25, 26, they're going to come off the board first. And who's sitting around? Jadeveon Clowney at 32. Like, those are the guys that'll be lingering around towards the end.
He'll be 26 in April.
26?
Mm-hmm. In April.
Not 27.
Yeah, he got that. He got that wrong.
Got that wrong?
April 18th, 2000 is the date of birth. So he's 27 and 285. So it'll be 26 in April.
So you said that. What is he? You said 20.
He'll be 26 in April.
25 and 285 is what you said?
Yeah, 25 and 285.
Okay.
So
I'll make sure.
He'll be 26 on April 18th.
Okay. That's going to make him a very coveted player because of the upside. I'd love to see him in a Chiefs uniform. I'd be shocked if he fit their budget. Particularly because we had, who was it? I think it was Ryan, or no, it was John, talking about Travis Kelce. Was it John or maybe it was Northland Joe? The longer it goes, the more I think Kelce is going to be back. That's my opinion.
Sure sound like today when Eric Bieniemy was talking about can't wait to get into the building and talk with those guys.
Yeah.
Why would Travis Kelce be in the building if he wasn't coming back?
913-381-0810. Dwayne, you're in the program. What's going on, Dwayne?
How you doing, Soren?
Good, man. What's on your mind?
I got a question for you. I was wondering, since we got Eric Bieniemy back, which I'm happy about, you know how Kansas City fans, we've all been waiting to see what we have in Rashard Smith as a pure running back. Can he be that bell cow back, Do you think Andy Reid's going to allow him the freedom to use him as a running back like that, or is he going to override it?
I think a lot of that will depend upon Rashard Smith. Like 195 pounds? No. 215 pounds? 210 pounds? Now you're getting on the radar screen. Andy Reid said it very early this year that, he's got to get in the weight room. That's not something that you usually hear Andy Reid talk about.
Yeah.
Right? Is that a guy, he doesn't, he never runs down a player in any way. Not that he was running down Rashard Smith, but he's pointing out that he's not big enough. He's got a wide receiver body. But I don't know about you, Dwayne, but I saw in that last game more of a running back in him than I had seen all year long.
I did too. And that's what
go ahead.
sparked my curiosity about it.
Yeah, I think he is. And Dwayne, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate it. We got a little bit of background noise there with your phone, but he fought, like, to me, until that final game, I thought the Chiefs had drafted a kick returner and drafted him only to be a kick returner with a Hail Mary attempt at ever playing him at running back. And the last game, he looked like a running back.
Yeah.
You know, he's always been tough, but he looked like Xavier Worthy, you know, in the sense that he's just so easy to take down. And he ran a lot tougher, kept the leg drive going, get him there.
Some change of direction, which you didn't see out of either one of the backs they had last
No, I mean, he and we saw some vision. We saw him see the hole, get to the hole, have the speed to get there. I mean, my feeling is with the top two backs, Isaiah Pacheco can't see the hole, and Kareem Hunt can't get through it. Right? Like, if it's gaping, and I'm even open to that, a different style of run offense is going to be more efficient. I heard it. Is going to be, I don't know, it's light.
It happens.
This is it. This is the studio.
Things happen.
Kyle's so happy over there, just giggling away. I heard it. You got to be able to hit the hole. That's what I'm talking about. If you're a running back, okay?
Yep.
Talking about football here.
Important.
Grow up over there.
I don't ever want to grow up.
But Rashard Smith seemed to be able to see the hole, like like Kareem Hunt. There's like nowhere to go now. I gotta. Let's talk linebackers.
I tried to hide it too.
Well, you tried to hide it this big. You brought your hand like 3 feet in the air before you went down and hit the button.
It's not trying to hide it.
I don't even think Kurtis heard it.
Probably not.
No. You'd be like, oh, I heard it if you. So it was one of those. So, yeah. But, yes, I think Rashard Smith will be in the mix. And I think they will draft and sign in free agency a running back. I think. There's going to be limited funds if they go about things. You know, earlier the subject of trading Chris Jones was brought out there. You could do it, but it's a bigger hit in 27 than you'd have by just having him play out this year and then cut him after next year. I think that's a more likely scenario. And I don't think anybody's going to give you virtually anything. If you put Chris Jones on the trade market, they're going to be like, I'll wait till you cut him. Thanks anyway. I'm not giving you a pick for that contract.
All right, Mark Mitchell, the second Missouri player in the last 25 years to go 1 for 8 or worse from the free throw line. Who's the other? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
It's time for The Feud.
The Feud is brought to you by Nick and Jake's. With 3 locations, enjoy great food on either side of the state line. Dine in, carry out, or delivery, Nick and Jake's is Kansas City's home for great food and sports. Nick and Jake's, nickandjakes.com.
On your mark, let's start The Feud.
Hour number 2 of the program begins right now with The Feud. We need a contestant, and we need that contestant right now. 9133-810-810 for playing The Feud. You'll get a $25 gift card to Nick and Jake's. We'll bump that up to a $40 gift card if you win The Feud.
It's a pretty good deal.
Do I get a gift card?
You get nothing.
I'm
You
going
get
to dinner
nothing.
there Saturday night. I told Kevin when he was in here the other day. My birthday is Sunday, and we're going to dinner Saturday night at Nick and Jake's. I could use it, like a $40 gift card, or even 25 if I lost. That's something.
You go for it. Kevin Timmons is a swell guy. I bet he gives you a dessert or something like that.
Well, that's what I need.
Get you. Their desserts are
They're
delectable.
too good.
They're delectable.
They're too good.
Carrot cake is wonderful.
What day was he in here? Was that last Friday? He brought jambalaya in here.
Yeah.
And I said I'm going to be there next Saturday.
With the cavatappi.
Yeah.
That jambalaya might be. I think it's probably the best jambalaya in the city.
Yep.
So then Kurtis comes in here, and I said, "There's Nick and Jake's back there. There's jambalaya," and he's like, "I wasn't really thinking about jambalaya today." I said, "Kurtis, what are you talking about?"
And then I went back.
And he went back.
I
and
think
he
I ate half that tray.
He got like a salad bowl.
Yeah.
That you mix a whole salad.
By the way, the
and fill it
salad was
up.
great too, which I did eat the salad.
Well, I ran into
My
him on the
favorite's
way
the chopped
in.
salad.
I ran into him on the way. He's like, "Got your jambalaya back there?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Sweet."
Yeah.
10
That's
o'clock in
how.
the morning. Give me an hour.
I wish they hadn't brought that much
tear
garlic
that so
bread,
much up.
but they did.
Did you crush it?
I had a couple. Whatever.
It's funny. I've been there. We'll be there for the Masters again this year. We always love going over there for that. And when they're constantly changing the menu. Everything's made from scratch. Chef, we got a real chef that's making things. And the whole when they have something new, everybody gets to try it. The whole staff's got their own utensil, and everybody gets one bite of it. I'll be like. And there was still half of it sitting there. I'm like, well, who gets this?
What do you got?
Look at me. Do I get that?
I'm right here. I'm right here. So I'm going over there Saturday. So
all right.
Super excited. My kids are Johnson County people now, so I come back on the weekend to eat sometimes.
Does that hurt you?
Yes, a little bit.
Really?
I mean, it's just they turn their back on me. It's life.
They moved over here for the stadium.
What it was.
Which one?
Yeah, well, the baseball. They're just dotting I's and crossing T's, we were told.
Yeah, not happening.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Let's play The Feud. Cody is our contestant. Cody, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We're doing real well. We appreciate you playing today. You're going to get at least a $25 gift card to the great Nick and Jake's, 3 locations, either side of the state line. Dine in, carry out, or have it delivered. It's Nick and Jake's, nickandjakes.com to get more details. You have a choice to make. Who are you going to play with? You going to play with Kurtis? You going to play with Todd? Or are you going to play with me?
Let's go with Todd.
Oh, there you go.
Guys,
all right.
Let's
do it. Cody and Todd. Who's going to go first for you boys?
Your choice, Cody. Do you want to go first or second?
Or let's put it this way. You want to go against Kurtis or you want to go against me?
Let's go against Soren.
Okay, it's going to be me and Cody, and then I'll let you guys. Then we'll take. What do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay, so it'll be Kurtis, and then against Lebo, and then it will be me against Cody. You got that over there?
I got that.
Okay.
See how he does with this music this time.
Give me Bill and Jeff. What?
Give me Kurtis and give me Todd.
All right.
I'm already here.
All right, first question. 7 answers on the board. Name a type of sports bet.
Lebo.
Money
line.
Money line, the number 3 answer.
Point spread.
Point spread is number 4.
Oh.
What? I guess you want to play, Cody?
Of course.
All right, let's go.
All right, that's on me.
Yep.
Let's go with. You said point spread. Is that what he said?
Yeah, we have said money line and point spread so far.
Oh. Can we do? How about over under the total?
I'll give you one of them.
Okay, just pick one.
Over.
Over, number 1.
I'll try under.
The under, number 2.
All right.
Okay.
That is answers 1 through 4.
I was wondering how we're going to get to 7.
How many more? We got 7?
Yep.
Okay.
Answers 1 through 4 are off. The over, the under, money line, point spread. Looking for 5, 6, and 7.
Okay. So like a player prop?
Player prop, number 5.
Wow. Where are we at
just
now?
A parlay?
A parlay,
There you go.
number 6.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Let's see. What can I come up with here? Can you do like the first half over under?
Got to strike you for that one.
All right.
So, if this is the same, I know at the Super Bowl people will play props, but is that what you're calling a whatever Cody said for his other one? What was his second answer or third answer?
What's your answer?
I'm going to try props. Okay.
That is 2 strikes.
Back to you,
Can I
Cody.
hear our answers again, please?
Yeah, there we go. That's what we need.
All right, the over.
Good stall tactic. I like
Learn
it.
that from Petro.
The over.
I learned from you, Soren.
Thank you, man.
All right, number 1, the over, the under, money line, spread, player props, parlay, and that's what we have.
And how did you phrase the question?
Name a type of sports bet.
I'll tell you what, Cody's good.
He
knows all the tricks.
All the kill time.
Use it in a sentence. Country of origin.
Sports bet. Gosh dang it.
I guess the wrong thing.
I guess total passing touchdowns.
Not a bad guess, but
I'm
that
a
is
little
strike
lost.
3.
Gosh dang it.
I think we're going to go ahead and add 6 points to each side and have a teaser, aren't we? I mean, isn't that that's the only thing I have written down. We'll go with the teaser.
Teaser, number 7. Nice work.
Thank you.
That is the full 100.
Nice.
Full 100. The tease.
You're welcome.
Moore's talking about the tease down line. 5.5. Give me the dog. Give me the dog when they're
Good for
plus
you.
5.5. I'll even take him on the money line.
No, it's not your bad. It's my bad.
Your bad.
I shouldn't have repeated your answer, basically.
Dopey doofus.
Dumb. Stupid.
Dumb.
All right, give me
Dumb,
Soren
dumb.
and give me Cody, but real quick, Cody, let's test your buzzer.
Cody.
There it is.
There it is. Okay.
All right,
Decisive.
7 answers on the board here. Name a famous moment, brawl / manager losing it.
Petro.
Soren.
Hal McRae's tired of the whole situblancuation.
Hal McRae, number 4 on the list.
Wow.
It's
Oh my
manager is the
Lord.
question?
Manager / player / a baseball brawl.
Okay,
Somebody
baseball.
losing it.
Oh man, I'm lost like last year's Easter egg. I don't know. Tony La Russa. I don't know.
Not on the list. I'm sure
We
he
got to
had
play,
one.
but I am
Yeah.
in Emptyville right now. But we got to play because I don't want to have
It
to
was
try
just
to steal.
baseball.
Just
Yeah,
baseball,
well,
right?
Baseball, yep.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll play. I'll say maybe an old enough to remember Tommy Lasorda going off on Doug Rao.
Tommy Lasorda did not make the list. Number 1 should be, if you're
What
in
am I?
Kansas City, it's easy as hell.
George Brett and the Pine Tar.
The Pine Tar
Thanks for
Institute.
the thanks for
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
you want to give him any more hints?
Exactly, Cody.
Wow.
I'm telling you what. I don't know what happens to the score of this thing. You deserve the 40. This is unbelievable what Kyle does with Soren these days.
I'm going to say Lou Piniella throwing second base. No.
Strike 2.
I've got one, but yeah, are we just looking for names?
Yeah, names. Who was involved in the incident?
All right, I'm going to go. What am I missing here?
Same. I mean, I got a name, but it's not going to be.
Oh, well,
I have a feeling you
Lasorda
guys are
wasn't
going to
there.
kick
And
yourself.
this is one of your
You probably
questions.
will.
This is my questions, and the people answered.
So I've got a couple, but they're so old. I think they'd be more like if it were me or Curtis's
Yeah.
Twitter.
Lasorda getting a
Mordecai
strike.
3-Finger Brown was angry one time.
Walter
Remember when
Johnson.
Babe Ruth got tossed out of the game.
I'm going to go. I know I'm missing something here. I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Joaquin Andujar losing his mind in Game 7 of the
Good. I bet that's there.
85 World Series.
Oh wow!
I didn't think it was going to be there because it's
That's
too
3?
old.
That is 3.
But that's,
All right, Cody, I've written down Pedro Martinez and Don Zimmer. Remember when he threw him down in the playoffs? I have Nolan Ryan and Robin Ventura punching him on the head.
The only one I could think of was the Nolan Ryan, but you pick. You got a better feel for the Pedro Martinez. That's a little more recent, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little more recent, but every year they seem to put Nolan Ryan bloody face up, punching Robin Ventura in the head. And when Lupinella didn't make it, I remember Lupinella more for fighting Rob Dibble. That was better than throwing the base, but Lupinella's not the answer because he got.
Who was that? There was a guy I didn't like as a Royals fan. Played for who did he play for? The Bautista. Didn't he get in a?
Jose Guillen just yelled at the fans in Kansas City. Remember that
Bautista,
one? Yeah. Roofnet Odor punched him in the face.
Yeah.
I think Nolan Ryan is good, though. You thought of it. I thought of it. Nolan Ryan and Robin Ventura.
Yeah, that is number 3 on the list.
I heard that.
I'm
I'm like, that's definitely there.
Yep.
Little nice 40.
How many?
45 points over to
wow.
and
Yeah,
Cody.
good job.
How much of a steal?
The answers you missed. Number 2, Pedro and Don Zimmer.
Okay.
Number 5, Brett versus Nettles.
No, that was
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Number 6, Billy Martin versus Reggie Jackson.
Okay.
Number 7, Jim Leland strike zone demonstration.
Those are some old ones. That's not bad. It's pretty
Yeah.
good for Kyle's people.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Good job, Todd.
Yeah, we don't have
45.
the 2 clowns running out to fight the Royals' first base coach. Like,
yeah.
Right
Tom
after
Gamboa.
Tom
Yeah.
Gamboa. I started thinking of all kinds of
William
them right
Legay.
Yeah.
Got the name
Senior and junior.
Yeah, junior.
I thought at that point I thought Buddy Bell yelling at Ronaldo Hernandez, "You're not good enough to be an a-hole."
Lee Elia going off on the Cub
Lupinella
fans.
yelled at me one time.
Well,
there you go.
Lasorda getting the strike. I was like, Lee Elia's not there.
Yeah.
Tony Lasorda's viral moment was a DUI check that didn't make the baseball.
That did
fight.
not go well. Let's just say he did not pass.
All right, let's move on.
Nor did the dye on his hair. I sat behind him in St. Louis at the Bruce Springsteen concert. We drove over to see Springsteen over there. It's like after a Chiefs-Chargers game. We left the stadium, went straight to St. Louis. He had about, I'd say, 2 inches of gray hair. It looked like a skunk.
Yeah.
Like a reverse skunk. And then the hair
had
dyed.
pretty good seats. You're sitting there behind.
Yeah, they're
Tony
pretty good.
Russo. Yeah.
Do you know tickets for less?
I heard.
Well, that's how I got there.
This is how you
By the
got
way,
it.
I just thought about this. I didn't think about this. Our old friend Doug Stewart thought about this. No BMAC?
Oh, B-Mac.
Going after the Rangers.
Going into
The
charging
dugout?
Kennedy.
Kevin
Yeah,
Kennedy?
the whole dugout.
Oh, that was a great
That should
one.
have been one.
One of my
That was
favorites.
a great one.
The best is when you ask Brian, "Why'd you do that?" Well, it wasn't the pitcher who
Well,
did it. It was
they
Kennedy
called
who
it.
did So I went for the guy who calm as can be.
Mike Sweeney and Jeff Weaver.
Oh,
I was
thought
there
of
for
that
that
one,
night. I thought Kevin Seitzer was going to climb out of the booth.
Get in the fight.
Yes.
Ready to go.
Get him, Sweens.
All right, you guys should eat on this one. Only 5 answers on the board.
Who's up?
Give me Kurtis and give me Todd.
Okay.
5 answers on the board. Name someone on the 2012 Chiefs O-line.
Lebo. Oh, boy, I shouldn't have said that so quick, should I? Who is
Let me think.
2012, you said?
Uh-huh.
Come on. You need an answer when you buzz in.
Who is Rodney Hudson?
You've just handed back.
Did not make it.
You just handed back your.
I'm going to say Brandon Albert.
Number 1.
Oh, good. We're going to play because I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I'm lobbing grenades already.
Sorry, Cody.
God, that's.
It wasn't Hudson. Boy, I thought he was.
He must have been gone.
He was
before.
on the team.
No,
He is on the team.
He was on the team. John Dorsey made the decision to not get him signed. 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give him the list of who's been said?
Yeah, can I tell who's been
Just
said?
Brandon Albert.
Just Brandon Albert. Okay.
And then a strike for Rodney Hudson.
Good Lord, why is this so hard, Curtis?
I know.
They sucked. We know that.
They did.
Oh,
That's what I was
man.
going
This is a great question.
This is fantastic. Who was playing for that team? Was there
Nobody. They lost all the games.
I think Brian Waters might have still been on the team. Was he?
Is that your guess?
Yeah. Brian Waters.
You're right, too.
Was Mitch Morse there yet? No.
No, he was a Vermeil pick.
Steve,
Or, I mean, Andy Reid pick.
We're toast.
Oh,
That's it?
That's only 2.
No, that's 3.
That's 3.
Well, no, that's 2.
Yeah, he struck. I got Albert,
That's only 2.
and he missed 2.
He struck.
got
out.
one
That's
there.
right, too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So Soren's got
Strike
up
again,
one more.
Soren.
I mean, I'm going to strike here in a second. I mean, unless something just hits me over the head.
Same. I'm trying to visualize who.
Who am I missing? There had to have been something worth a damn.
You're missing at least 4 guys.
Give him a prize right now.
Look like you're fighting in the Roman Coliseum out here, Petro.
God bless!
Now,
I can't
don't
believe how
even-
bad this is.
He's just trying to give you hints.
Oh, it's a Roman Coliseum.
Oh, my God.
Roman Coliseum. Looks like you're fighting in the Roman. Mike Gladiator.
No, I have this name written down. I think it's the right
Jeff
guy.
Spartacus.
I think it's wasn't it? I mean, this is not our answer. Let's
Not your
talk.
answer.
You're just talking, yeah.
There was his name. I think his name was John Wellborn, and people booed Matt Castle when he was hurt. He said, "We're not gladiators out here." I think it was him. I think.
I know the center. I'm
Who is
pretty
it?
sure the center was like Ryan Lilja.
Well, Lilja was probably on that team. Yes, that was the year he was here. Was Mitch Schwartz here yet?
No.
I don't think so. Thanks, Curtis.
No.
Would you shut
Sorry.
your mouth? Whose team are you on?
He wasn't going to say Schwartz.
I think the guy's
pretty
name was
sure
John
Lilja
Wellborn.
was the center. That's the only
Let's-
name I got, but I'm pretty sure he was.
Let's do it then. We're going to go with your guy.
Ryan Lilja?
Lilja. Yeah!
Lilja, number 2 on the list. The answers you missed. Number 3, Jeff Allen.
Jeff Allen.
Number 4, John Asamoah.
John
Asamoah.
Number 5, Eric Winston.
Eric Winston's the
Eric
guy.
Winston.
The
That's
good
not
face.
John
That's the
Wellborn.
guy. It's not
That's the
John
guy.
Wellborn. You did
Yeah.
nice job,
Yes,
Cody.
exactly.
What'd you guys get? 18?
45. So we got top two.
We got
That's only 40.
It's only 40. We're still winning.
They've won 2.
Oh, my
2 to
God.
1. But we're up.
And we got
15.
all the answers, the top 6 answers on yours.
Yeah.
By the way, my favorite submission
Eric
on
Winston.
that question, name somebody on the 2012 line, was no.
Eric Winston, that was the guy. I confused him with
Eric
John
Winston.
Wellborn.
Eric Winston. You go Google Eric Winston and you tell me that guy wasn't born to be a Batman villain.
Yeah.
He
You
is
look at that guy's
definitely
face. He
the
definitely
good
had the
face.
He
good
was
face.
mad that day. People shouldn't have booed Matt Castle or cheered when he got hurt. That's what happened. He got hurt and they cheered.
All right, we're back around. Give me Cody and give me Soren. 6 answers on the board this time. Name an all-time great talk show host.
Petro.
I think Cody got
Yeah.
it.
Soren Petro.
Petro makes the list at number 2.
Number 2. Oh, crap.
Wow. I'll say.
It's me. I'm the guy in.
Oh, he went.
Settle down.
It screwed me up. It wasn't you.
Where are they going to go? I'll go Steven.
St. John?
Yeah.
Buzzer.
Did not make the list.
Do we want to play this? I don't even know. He said talk show. He didn't say sports talk show, right? He just said talk show. Right?
Yeah.
You want to play this?
Do you have anything good on your
I mean,
brain?
I got guesses, but
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a little fun. Let's play.
all right, let's play. So is it me?
Yeah, it's you, Todd.
I mean, like Rush Limbaugh? Okay. no.
Did not make the list. He was submitted.
Only did it for 35 years,
Oh.
billion stations. I don't know where to go now.
Jay Leno?
Leno,
I
also
thought-
submitted. Did not make the list.
Okay.
That's strike
Is it
2.
radio or TV? Can it be TV?
It's both.
Okay.
You said talk show.
David Letterman.
Letterman, number 3.
Good Lord, how did I get on this list then?
It's your show.
There's too many options.
Kyle put you on. Put his finger on the scale.
Let's. How about? Stephen Colbert.
Ooh,
Good
struck
guess.
out.
Did not
Number
make it.
one
That is,
guy
3 strikes.
nowadays.
It's 3 strikes, huh?
Well, I got Johnny Carson and what was the red-haired guy that was the lead writer for Saturday Night Live forever?
Oh, Conan.
Conan.
I also have, just because it might be a radio
The
guy.
fact that you couldn't remember his name,
How about-
maybe
Yeah.
you shouldn't choose him.
How about
Oh, Jim Rome.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Rummy. Have a take, don't suck.
Great. Phenomenal.
What do you
You
think?
should go with Jerry. Jerry.
Oh, Springer.
Jerry Springer. Yeah. What do you think? I mean, Oprah. I mean,
That could
that's
be.
technically a
That
talk
could
show.
be.
What do you think out of that list, Curtis? You pick.
The tough part is that we don't have more than one of
Yeah.
either radio
What's
or-
correct?
What's been said so far?
Yeah.
We've got Soren and Letterman.
That's it.
So you got a radio.
Someone's going to get 30.
But a
What
radio
number was
you.
Letterman?
Letterman was number 3.
And Petro was what?
You were
2.
2.
Oh, you were 2. Good
That
job,
is-
buddy. Congrats.
Yes.
Such a wide scope.
It's
Can't wait to figure out who's won.
Letterman's pissed. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
You pick out of that. That's all. What do you got? Anyone else?
No.
So what do you want to go with?
Let's go Jim Rome.
We'll go Jim Rome. You idiot.
Did not make the list.
That was not great.
Would we get another 40 points?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we got less.
I'm going to give you 50
Ridiculous.
for this one.
No, you're not giving you what they get.
35.
They get 35.
Getting worse.
Inching their way to.
Yeah, 35.
Oh my God.
Decreasing
You've
by
won.
5
You've won
every
3
round.
categories.
What
You have
did we get?
120
What?
points.
Who did we get?
What you missed? Number 1, Johnny Carson.
Okay.
I told you.
Number 4,
Left up for me.
Howard Stern.
I was going to say.
Number 5,
down.
Oprah.
Oprah.
Number
Sorry.
6, Conan. He does make the list.
You
Conan
had-
made the
you had
list.
3 of 4.
Oh my God.
Everybody loved Conan show,
Well,
but nobody watched Conan
You always
show.
say you don't like when people say, "Well, it was a good call, but I don't like the play call." Good decision to go, but don't like the play call. Well, you just made a decision to go.
Why did you choose him for your play
let
call?
me do it was the bad play call.
That's poor coaching.
So when I coach the Little League, the kid who sucks should never play?
That's right.
No, but
I tried to get you some minutes.
You should shoot the
But you
game-winning
can't
shot.
play Little League. You're part of the team on this one.
Can't shoot the game-winning shot. I was the play call.
I would expect something more from the number 2 rated talk show host in the history of the world.
Yes, I would too. Behind only
Above Letterman.
How do you beat David Letterman for crying out loud?
Who? Carson was one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be.
Once again, some old people got a hold of Kyle's questions here.
All right, round 9.
Who's over 100
round
now?
5.
Honestly, I don't remember. I
Me
think
and
it's
Todd.
back to Curtis
With
and
it.
Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game
You
5.
guys should eat on this one. All right.
Should.
Yeah, right.
6 answers on the board. Name an instrument a rock band might use.
Lebo.
Lebo.
Guitar.
My God, are you just asleep?
What kind?
Yes.
Electric.
Number 1.
All right.
Pass or play?
We'll play this. Right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Cody.
Drums?
Drums, number 3.
I guess I'll take an acoustic guitar if you made me decide electric guitar.
There you go. Number 2. I combined that with bass because I didn't want 3 guitars on there.
Okay, so bass is out.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, okay. Piano?
Keyboard, number 4.
So there's only one more answer?
There's 2 more.
Okay. Both guitars are out. The drums are out. Bass included in the other guitar. Keyboards.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a specific horn section or just like, is that enough? You want to...
You get an answer.
I need an instrument.
The horn section.
Did not make the list.
How many is that? 3?
No.
It's 1.
That's
Oh, it's 1? My bad.
So was that the whole section, or was it just too general here?
It was not on the list.
Oh, this guy is totally trying to let Petro win this game.
Not on the list.
What, oh, you just wait till it comes time for you to steal. He'll just start spouting stuff out.
You know, it's it's very unbecoming to you.
It really is.
Very unbecoming.
All right, what you got, Cody?
Gosh, dang it. How about the, not the, I was thinking tambourine. That would be a terrible guess. The saxophone.
Not on the list. Strike 2.
Okay.
Stop looking at your phone.
I got a text about something.
Stop
else.
looking
You
at
wanna
your
read my
phone.
text?
People, I got 9 people texting me.
I'm
Things. I'm
Eric
not looking
Bieniemy.
at them.
Leave me alone. I got distracted. So I'm going to ask you a question. Is a synthesizer and a keyboard the same thing in your mind?
Yes.
Okay.
But try it anyway.
Repeat the question for me.
Name an instrument a rock band might use.
Rock band. Gosh. You combine bass and electric guitar.
Today, Lebo.
Oh, boy. Let's
Growing a beard over here.
It's not going to count.
Answer
Does the
something.
vocalist count as an instrument?
Yes,
Okay,
it
there we go.
does. Number 7.
Oh. All right, it's
Or
on
number
you, Cody.
6, excuse me. Number 6.
It's on you to strike out,
Just
Cody.
looking for number 5.
Now I got an idea.
Well,
dang it.
There's been some good rock songs with some violin play. So I'm gonna go violin.
Fiddle or the fiddle.
No fiddle.
Good try. That's
You want to play in Texas? You got to have a fiddle in the band.
That
All
is
right.
okay. So over to
I have. Is cymbal part of the drums, or is that a separate instrument?
part of the drums.
Part of the drums. Okay.
I think I have the answer.
I have tambourine down. I had it written down even when Cody said it, but for me, I got to have more cowbell.
exactly what I've got written down, cowbell.
What a joke. It's a
Cowbell
joke.
number
That's
5.
part of the drums too, by the way.
That's 100.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
It's
No, it
percussion.
is not.
It's percussion, drums and percussion.
Out front.
You guys
with
have
some
not
more
won
cowbell.
yet. You haven't won yet, by the way.
I got a fever.
I actually wrote down cowbell. I'm like,
for 'em.
if it gets
We
back
get
to us,
all
we're
the
winning.
points for them, and they get nothing for us. when we
How many
steal.
we get?
100.
100. All right. So there it is. We're at 200. All right.
This is
but
the
you got to have
longest game ever.
201.
The longest game.
Gotta
ever.
have
Get a
201.
201,
All right,
yeah.
You guys better win.
201.
This is my last category.
Well, you need to have more categories.
Or else we just
You
need
never
to get
know when this is going to happen.
We need to get more than 40. You know.
No, you have. Yes, you need to get 81.
Yeah, we can get 81. Let's
All
go.
right, give me Soren and give me Cody.
Okay.
Let me
Someone
start
needs to
the
sweep
music.
this bad boy.
6 answers on the board. Name something specific you might do at the casino.
Petro.
Cody.
I'm going to gamble.
It's more specific.
Oh, okay. Blackjack.
Blackjack, number 1.
Well, BJ.
It's a champagne room.
Yeah. We're going to play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm going to say poker.
My fault, couldn't find the buzzer. Didn't make it.
Wow.
We're going to roll the bones. We're going to play a little craps.
There it is, number 3.
I'm going to say
So we've got 1 and 3 so
1
far?
and 3.
Okay.
slots.
Slots, number 2.
What'd you say? What did you say about her?
Nobody.
Oh. Or him, just to
Or
be
him.
Anybody.
correct.
Hey.
We're gonna spin the wheel, roulette.
Number 4.
Oh boy. What's the question again?
Name something specific you might do at the casino.
Hit the buffet.
You fat ass. You unbelievable fat ass.
I don't, also,
Strike 2.
I don't go to casinos.
You've done remotes at casinos for years.
I didn't go in the casino though. I thought it'd be funny.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
Ding.
I'm laughing.
That's why I said hit the buffet, man.
How did you phrase it? Just something you would do at the casino?
Specific.
Yeah.
Some specific. I'm gonna take sports bet off the board. I think that's gonna be one of
That
them.
made it, number 5. Looking for the final answer.
Which is what number?
Number 6.
Number 6. Okay.
So this
Come on,
win.
Tubby.
Yeah, this is the winner.
Let's see. Boy, I'm struggling. Oh yeah, buffet.
Dessert buffet.
Yeah.
Roll into Vegas. Where you going? Straight to the buffet as soon as I land.
Hell yeah. Good Lord, what other games are there?
There's so many. There's an obvious one you're missing too.
I'm sure there is.
How many strikes we got? Only one?
Two.
Two.
This is it. It all comes down to this.
I'm going to say, we're running out of time. I'm going to say use the men's room. I don't know the game.
I have gone to Vegas with you.
Or women.
Yes, and you've
been in a casino.
I ran I did the slots for an hour, won $147, and went and took pictures.
He's up
of the
for his
strip all
life,
day.
Petro. What do you have, Cody?
I've got Baccarat.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty popular game. I can't remember. What all did they say? Kurtis took forever. I forgot what they said.
They said roulette, craps,
Blackjack,
poker,
slots,
blackjack.
craps, roulette,
Yeah.
and a sports wager.
You can play casino war.
Yeah,
Pai Gow poker different. I don't know. Was poker electronic poker and regular poker? Is that everything?
That'd probably be all on the slots, right?
It's all.
Is that
poker.
electronic gaming?
Between
the only
slots and poker, video poker has been covered.
The thing that didn't get said here,
I mean,
that's not a game,
he
is
said-
people do drink there. I don't know if it's something specific you do at a casino. That would be not go to the buffet, but you sit there and you gamble and you drink. That's the only thing I would say that wouldn't be a game
Well,
to consider. But
hold your drink close because it's going to knock you down. Get to the buffet.
Yeah. So he said poker. So with like Texas Hold'em, all that stuff's off the
that's
board.
all
then.
off the board, Kyle?
All the pokers?
Yes, sir.
7 card set. What about Omaha?
Not on the list.
Not on the list. Okay.
Well, Omaha, high, low.
Yeah.
All
Go
right.
Chicago. Hi, Chicago.
I mean,
What
it's
about baseball?
It's either drinking or baccarat.
I'm gonna let you
Baccarat-
choose because it's your money on the line.
Oh, cheese and rice.
I love that line. I'd say that. That's good. Cheese and
You were right about Lilja.
We're gambling. Let's go Baccarat.
Oh, you're definitely going to get your drink on.
The answer you miss. Grabbing a drink.
Grab you some booze.
Hey, man, it's okay.
Dang it.
We did get 1 billion points.
You did.
For them.
You did, Cody.
And what did they get, 100 or
Cody,
95?
You know what?
It's 100.
They got 100? No, they didn't get it right. They didn't steal it.
Oh, that's right. That's only 90.
We got 90.
290. That's enough.
290 because we are keeping a cumulative score.
We each won 3 times. This is match play. We're all square.
Score.
Oh, dang it.
We are winners. Cody, you're still going to go and enjoy yourself a nice meal at Nick and Jake's. $25 gift card to Nick and Jake's is yours. Go down, watch some college hoops. If you want, go down on Super Bowl Sunday. Check out the game. You just have a great time at Nick and Jake's. You're doing it on us, my friend. Hold on, all right?
Excellent. Thank you, fellas. Always enjoy the show.
All right, thank you, buddy. You're a great part of it today. We appreciate you playing. Take a break, come back, get some Lebo sounds. Todd Lebo, always brought to you by our friends at Family Leisure. K10 in Ridgeview, big clearance sale going on, up to 70% off. Mention 810, save even more at Family Leisure, online at familyleisure.com.
The program with Soren Petro.
Gosh, I was such a reject in school. Only someone could have just stuffed food down the front of my pants. And I felt so much more important.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Yeah, the only thing that hits harder than Kurtis on his way to the buffet, that's a Kansas City Maverick hockey player. The Mavericks, get out and see him. They're running a 14-game win streak. 14 games. Kurtis, take your shoes off and count. They're leading the ECHL standings, and they're sitting in first place. All-star coach Tato has the team focused on one goal. It's the Kelly Cup. They're barreling towards it. The Mavs are at home this Saturday night at Cable Dahmer Arena against their rival, the Wichita Thunder. We hate the Thunder. They'll drop the puck at 6:05. It's affiliation night, celebrating the Seattle Kraken partnership. Tickets are limited, so get yours now. Wear your Mavericks gear, wear your Kraken gear. Come on out. Get your tickets at KCMavericks.com or call 816-252-7825. The ECHL's best is your Kansas City Mavericks. 14 in a row. There's not a bad seat in the house. Parking's always free. Don't forget about that. You're going to love it. Get loud, get your orange on, and get to Cable Dahmer Arena and enjoy some Kansas City Mavericks hockey. 14 straight wins. Let's go this Saturday night. Dropping the puck at 6:05. Get your tickets at KCMavericks.com or call 816-252-7825.
Men, if one of your resolutions this year is to feel better, stronger, and more like yourself again, it may be time to look at your testosterone levels. Feeling exhausted, unfocused, gaining weight, or not seeing results in the gym are often signs of low testosterone, not just getting older. Heartland Men's Health are experts in treating low T and other men's health conditions, helping men across Kansas City get their edge back. With treatment, many men notice improved energy, clearer thinking, better sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive within just a few weeks. You can even start by taking a quick low T quiz at heartlandmenshealth.com to see if symptoms apply to you. Your initial appointment is only $99. That includes lab work, testosterone, and PSA testing, and a consultation with a licensed medical provider. If you start testosterone treatment the day of your appointment, that visit becomes free. Heartland Men's Health has convenient locations in North Kansas City, Overland Park, and Independence. Do not wait another year to feel better. Call 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com today.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Dry January doesn't have to be dull, especially at Greenlight. This month, we're keeping Kansas City lifted with special deals on 8s of flour, gummies, and vaporizers all month long. Whether you're taking a break, resetting, or just skipping the hangovers, Greenlight's the perfect companion for your Dry January. Visit any of our 5 KC locations: State Line, Bannister, Independence, Harrisonville, or Ward Parkway. With prices this good, you might start rethinking your resolutions. After spending Dry January with us, you may never go back. The best cannabis deals always at greenlightdispensary.com.
When America needs power, Wholesale Batteries delivers. Nationwide shipping, premium brands, unmatched expertise. We keep America running. Wholesale Batteries, your power partner since 1970.
Todd Lebo's appearance here in the program is brought to you by our friends at Family Leisure. Dennis and his great staff. You can find them at K10 and Ridgeview. More than a quarter century, locally owned and operated. Right now having a big clearance sale up to 70% off. So if you've been in the market for maybe some patio furniture, listen, Puxatawny Phil, did he see his shadow?
That hadn't happened. That'll be on Tuesday. Monday.
Where is that fat little hedgehog?
That's February 2nd. Groundhog's Day is Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
Yeah.
But very soon, spring will be here. So whether it's patio furniture, hot tubs, spas, pools, maybe it's fun for the family indoors, like a poker table, shuffleboard. You didn't get a shuffleboard?
No. I don't have room for that.
I'm atrocious.
I have two friends that have shuffleboards.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I always get roped in with Boger's crew, and it's like, yeah, why don't you play? We're just going to play for like $20 a game. What could go wrong?
You could lose $100.
Not as bad as Raider, though. He's awful.
Oh,
that guy sucks.
That.
All right.
Easy, Mark.
Let's hear a little Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, Eric Bieniemy's back, and, this has been an interesting process to go through this whole thing. When we found out, 2-3 months ago that Matt Nagy didn't sign an extension, he wanted to go out. I think he thought right now he would be the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, but he's not. And he does not. Curtis, check the internet real quick. Matt Nagy does not have a job, right?
I don't think so. Let me check. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
I mean, I don't think anything's happened for him yet. So maybe that was a miscalculation by him. I don't know. It felt kind of the same way, like they kind of, I don't know if they kicked Eric Bieniemy out of the nest or whatever, but 3 years ago they didn't want Eric Bieniemy back here.
Get out of the nest.
Andy talked about him for years. Someone should hire this guy to be a head coach in this league, right? And that did not happen. And Eric Bieniemy has been to 3 places since then. This will be his 4th job or 5th job in 5 years. Now, one of them is the same job twice, but that's a lot of moving around. And I don't think his calculations were exactly what he expected his last 3 years to be like either. I don't think he thought he was going to coach college football. I think he maybe thought when he went to the Commanders that wasn't going to be a long-term deal because Ron Rivera was kind of on the hot seat already. You kind of took what you can get. And I think he did enjoy his time in Chicago. That's a good franchise that has the needle pointing up, but you're the running back coach. You're not the OC. And so when he got his chance to come back here, he jumped at it. He told the story about how, Coach called him the day after they lost their game and said, "You want to come back?" because it moved really quickly and all that. And I don't know. Listen, if he's got new ideas, he talked a lot of Eric Bieniemy talk about, you get around other people, you learn about yourself and different ideas. One thing that consistently has been said, if you hear Garrett Dieter and Anthony Sherman when they're on with Steven on Thursdays, they've been talking about this for like a year, that there is some level of accountability when Eric Bieniemy is there, that they're not in the room there with these guys, but when they watch the games happen, I don't think they felt like they had been there. So they've been missing that little bit of something. And for me, I don't know what that little bit of something works like now, and I do want to ask Eric about this at some point. I was in line to ask, but he didn't have time to go. I don't know if today's young NFL players are ready for Eric Bieniemy's accountability level.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think it's interesting because we've heard people talking about the NIL babies and all this stuff. I don't know. I know Kareem Hunt is ready for it. If Kareem Hunt's still here, I don't know if he's going to be or not. But is Rashee Rice ready for Eric Bieniemy's accountability? Is Xavier Worthy ready for it? I think they both need it, but are they ready? I don't know. But I know this. While he went away and did a lot of things, EB says there are some things that he will never change.
Well, I'll say this. There's some things about me that have changed, but more than anything, EB is EB. We will still be disciplined and detailed in everything and how we handle our business. There's a standard of performance. There's a standard of excellence that'll be expected. But on top of that, there's been a great deal of wealth that I've learned, through the good and through the bad. And the thing that I appreciate is just helped me to grow into this role and have this opportunity to be in this situation.
And I do think that when you watch, especially like when you watch Xavier Worthy with the kind of the sloppiness on the routes and not knowing where the sideline was and different things like that. And Eric Bieniemy is not going to coach the wide receivers on how to run routes, but he is going to have whoever the wide receiver coach is. It's Chad O'Shea, but is it not? I don't know. Coach wouldn't say the other day. It is.
I think he's going to be. He's not going to tolerate it on the sidelines. I think that is the one thing. I think the wide receiver room is the one that needs the kick in the ass.
Yeah.
for sure.
And maybe whoever's in the running back room,
I think
that's going to be.
Fans will tell you that if the right tackle can't line up or keep getting holding penalties, but especially not lining up right.
Well, he's
that
going
guy
to be
needs a kick
gone.
in the ass. I agree, but
and that's funny. He was here for how long?
I'm just saying
3 years, and he was here none with Eric Bieniemy, correct?
Yes, and I just think that's what that's the biggest thing that sits in the minds of the fans.
Yes, those are the things that Dieter and Sherm talk about all the time. That you will do these things right. There's no negotiation on that, and that's what we ask so many times. What do you do with Jawan Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you, in the old days, there would be a kangaroo court, a fine. I don't know. There's probably not a way to do that now. Did you see, by the way, that Deion Sanders is going to start fining players in college? I saw that for being late to meetings and things like that, which there should be some of that. If you're getting paid, I don't know how that's going to fly, but it seems like when you with those little things like Jawan Taylor, like Xavier Worthy, just different things. And I really think Matt Nagy was a good coach, and not like I thought he didn't care that these guys were missing little things here or there.
Details.
But whatever it wasn't changing. It never really got better with those things. So we'll see.
I mean, that's the question: is all they need is accountability, and the scheme was fine. Does accountability take away the drops? Is that part of what it was? Because if that's it, then one of the lead perpetrators of the drops was Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm. This year especially.
I mean, he may not have had the most, but he had the most critical
he had
ones.
The worst ones, yeah. The wrong times.
Is that where we think the accountability is going to come in?
It's like that. I think probably a lot of those things. And then the other part of it is, too, the league changes so much. It's not like he's been gone for 15 years here. But there won't be a lot of guys who played for him.
Yeah, I wonder, if we look at...
Creed would have and Trey Smith would have. They've been around long enough, but Kingsley Suamataia, no. Josh Simmons, no.
I'll give you the...
Jawan Taylor, no.
Let's do that real quick.
Kareem Hunt, yes.
Here we go. So, Hollywood Brown's a free agent. Xavier Worthy, no. Rashee Rice, no. Josh Simmons, no. Suamataia, no. Creed Humphrey, yes. Trey Smith, yes. Jawan Taylor's gone. Wanya Morris? No, I don't think so. This was his third year, wasn't it?
No, yeah. And then Noah Gray, yes.
Noah Gray.
Travis Kelce, if he's back.
Juju and Tyquan are free agents, so I'm not going to count them. Jalen Moore, no. Jared Wiley, no. Patrick Mahomes, yes. Pacheco, yes. Kareem Hunt, yes. So, was that 6 guys?
Yeah. And is Pacheco back? Is Kareem Hunt back? Is Travis Kelce back?
I think those Pacheco.
That was his
that was his fourth year.
Yeah.
So, league minimum.
Yeah.
Not much over. He might be back.
I mean, when you draft Jeremiah Love and sign Breece Hall, why would you need Isaiah Pacheco?
You got that happening, do you?
That'd be a lot of investment.
Yeah, but there's not much there. I mean, you got a couple linemen, Patrick, obviously.
Yeah.
So we got to see. But that's actually probably a good thing. There are going to be some new faces on this offense, and this is the standard that you'll have here on doing things. We know this. Andy said it on the Zoom the other day. He loves calling plays. Andy's going to call these plays.
Yes.
That's what's going on.
Andy has been calling plays. There's some stuff out there like that. Matt Nagy was calling plays. No, that is erroneous. That is wrong. Let me be clear. Not trying to be rude to anybody, but stop saying that. That's not what happened.
When people get confused with the words, I believe, Andy Reid picks the plays. There's no question about that. Is the person calling the play?
Is the person who radios it to? If you think that's calling the play,
that was Eric Bieniemy. That was Doug Peterson. That was Matt Nagy. It was all those guys. But Andy Reid selects.
There's a thing called vernacular.
Yeah.
Right. You have to understand the language of the sport. Radioing in the play is not calling the play, so stop saying that.
Calling the play is the guy who chooses which play we're going to run.
That's Andy Reid.
And that's Andy Reid. And maybe, and I know when they have their little meetings, he may say, what do you like, to some guys on the headset? You like this, or this? And if someone picks one and Andy agrees with that one, did he call that play? I guess if you want to convince yourself that, yes, that guy called the play just because Andy agreed with his call, maybe. Andy's always said it's 51%, but I feel that 51 is more like about 90,
Yeah. No, listen.
Which is fine. It's been great. He's been one of the best play callers in the history of the game.
He was going to call the plays no matter who got brought in here. So that eliminated a lot of guys.
Yeah.
That would have taken that job. And he's earned the right to do it. But I do question whether or not he should have been talking to people who would have come in and called the plays for him.
And then when he asked on
it should have at least been considered. There should have at least been interviews about it. I do think it's a mistake to interview only Eric Bieniemy, and there are sites that track who was interviewed. They list only Eric Bieniemy as interviewing
a true
for a job
interview. Because when Andy was asked about it, he just kind of like talked. He said, "Yeah, I talked to some guys," and then answered another question. He didn't. Yeah, the Chiefs don't put out a tweet every time someone comes to town like a lot of teams do either. You know what I mean? But it doesn't sound to me like there was a legitimate interview with anybody. And it probably wasn't really an interview with Eric Bieniemy. It sounds like he called him and said, "Hey, you want to come back and do this?"
Yeah, I'm good. All right, we'll see you. Get in the car.
Get in the car and drive. It's snowing right now.
All right, wait till the snow's over.
Wait till the
Come
snow's
on
over.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll take a break. One more with Todd Lebo. He's brought to you by our friends at Family Leisure. They're at K10 in Ridgeview. They've got a huge clearance sale going on. Don't wait. Get there right now. K10 in Ridgeview. Find them online at familyleisure.com.
The program with Soren Petro.
Do the show, bitch.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Hey guys, it's Todd Lebo here for FanDuel. And listen, the last football game of the year is coming our way. It's the Super Bowl, and FanDuel has you covered for it. It's going to be great. One final Sunday, one last kickoff, one last chance to bet before the NFL season closes. We got the Seahawks 4.5-point favorites over the Patriots. There's going to be plenty of different things on FanDuel as far as parlays and special prop bets that you can get involved with as we get closer and closer. Super Bowl 60 is going to be a big one. And listen, don't be sad because it's over. Be happy because it's happened, because you can bet in Missouri and Kansas. It's been a great couple of months in Missouri. We've been betting in Kansas for quite a while. If you're a new customer, you're not on yet, do it right now. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So, by the way, you're back in the favorite like the Seahawks, or you're going to ride that underdog. Get it done. Make it count, because after the Super Bowl, the football season is over. It's officially done. Last call for football on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. FanDuel.com/local to get started.
21 plus and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Hey, I'm Brian Seid.
And I'm Zachary Seid. And at Bob Seid Auto Group, we treat all of our customers like family. That's how we do business.
As we roll into a new year, our family is proud to celebrate over 100 years serving Kansas City and Lawrence, earning trust one customer at a time.
From Bob Seid Ford to Kia, Honda, and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we've grown with our community while holding tight to our same values we started with: honesty, transparency, and respect.
And right now, our New Year sales event makes it the perfect time to buy, with big savings, special incentives, and 0% financing on
All right, the Lafayette Delicatessen, end of the hour answer. Mark Mitchell's second Missouri player.
Quick.
Okay.
Mark
Talking
Mitchell.
about shows.
No. Cool.
Sorry, my bad.
It's all good. Mark Mitchell, the second Missouri player to last 25 years to go 1 for 8 or worse from the free throw line. Who was the other? And Todd Lebo, you should remember this one fondly.
Was this the Elite Eight? No, in 02?
2002 Elite Eight.
Clarence wasn't that bad. He shot all the regular shots. Who was on it?
Big Art
Johnson, yeah.
Big Art was one of
Big
8.
Art.
It would have been nice if Mark Mitchell missed a basket on Saturday. Would have been a bigger deal.
Did Big Art, was he routinely bad at the free throws?
Not that bad. He wasn't great, but he wasn't. I
mean, like he may have had he shot like 72% from the field.
59% for his college
So
career.
he was better from the field than he was the free throw line.
It's a lot. That happens with big guys.
53% from the field.
No, Arthur Johnson, the tubby guy.
Yep.
Not for his life, he would have missed. He might have had a year where he was about like.
Oh no, he had one year where he was like.
His best year was 551. He was 551, 548
on free throws or
on
field goal?
from the field goal.
Yeah.
Well, I remember one year he must have come out of the gate strong, and I'm like,
yeah.
If you're shooting that, you're not shooting.
Well, we're
enough.
talking about the Theo Ratliff or the Ratliff was
maybe
on
I'm getting
the 12 team
Ratliff.
that was shooting.
I mean,
75%.
I know they're very different body types.
Yes.
One's like 6'5", 225.
Yeah.
You know, Ratliff.
I think
They
Ricardo
claim
Ratliff
was 6'8".
was,
Yeah,
Ricardo Ratliff.
Ricardo Ratliff. They tried to claim he was 6'8". He was not.
He was shooting like 73% from the field. Like, shoot more.
Mark Mitchell made a big basket Saturday. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it was a big
Hey,
one on
Oklahoma had a
Saturday.
13-point lead last night against Arkansas. They didn't win.
They did what they always do.
Rough week. Almost win.
John Calipari said they're going to win some games.
Yeah, win.
What do you make of where are we at with the Royals? When they announced they're not going to Kansas, what's that tell you?
Well, they're not coming to Hesperia campus.
Right, they're not coming to Hesperia campus.
And then Clay County doesn't want them right now.
Clay County said they missed their deadline.
They missed their deadline to get on the ballot.
Washington
for April.
Square Park
it's
looks
looking
like where
like
it's
that.
going, right?
I mean, it does, but I think they're trying to find any way they can do this without a vote.
Which is the Washington Square Park
Yeah.
location.
Yeah.
Which again, and I think we're sooner rather than later.
Yes, I think so. Because listen, a few years ago, Frank White said it's too early to start thinking about this. Well, you know what that's been? It's been a couple years now. And it takes you like a good 4 years to build a stadium.
Yeah.
And they've got 5 years to build a stadium, so they better get it figured out.
I think they will, and I think they're close, and I think we'll have our answer soon.
Well, let's get it figured out because
That's
I've had
what I
enough
think.
of this part of it. Let's go get some construction picks.
Let's get shovels and grounds.
That's right.
Huh?
All right, how many times in the last 25 years have the Missouri Tigers been below 40% from the field, below 20% from three, and below 35% from the line?
Frank.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How are you, buddy?
I'm great. I'm always good when I come in here. I love coming here and talking to Lebo before I sit down with you guys. I get to talk to you guys. And Kyle always reminds me on the phone, Frank, you old man, you're going to forget, so here we are. Don't forget, next week it's Tuesday at 3 o'clock. So I change everything, and now I'm all disrupted.
Things. Well, at least you like it.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. It's earlier. I can get the Wades earlier than...
Yeah.
Wades.
Are they even still around?
I don't think Wades is still around.
Get the Pooches.
Pooches.
That's
right.
Pooches. I thought it was Pooches.
P-U-T-S-H.
Pooches.
Something.
Yeah.
Pooches, yeah.
Pooches Cafeteria.
Whatever it is.
My mom's.
Well, how'd you say it?
Pooches.
Put.
Pooches. It's P-U-T.
Okay. Poo. Well, so is put. Put's also
No, I said
P-U-T,
put.
If it's
Pooches.
Pooches.
That's what I said.
No.
He says Pooches.
No.
I said put. Somebody will correct us.
No. Pooches.
There used to be a Wades right down the bottom of Signal Hill there, right where that Quick Trip is, down there now on Southwest Boulevard. So there used to be one there.
Well, thanks for taking us down memory lane.
Sure, no problem.
It's exciting
Anytime.
stuff.
Anything else you want to know about
stuff
that?
there, Frank. Thank you. Dynamite drop in.
You do it every day I come in here.
Yeah.
I get the same thing. Yes, we're saying he's old.
Yeah.
Just glad it's you for a while.
Yeah.
So, you got your wish.
Okay.
Bill Belichick not going in on the first ballot.
Did you? I don't even know if I should repeat this, but I will because it tickled my funny bone. He said, somebody said he waited 49 years for his girlfriend to be born, so waiting one more year for the Hall of Fame's not bad. I thought that was classic.
She was born.
Oh my gosh!
The week, 2 weeks after he took the Patriots job.
Gosh, that's creepy. That's creepy.
Is it for who?
I don't know. For both
him or her?
Well, both of them.
Okay.
Both of them. It's a little creepy.
I don't understand why you people have to run down true love. You know?
You know what? You're right.
Those crazy kids.
I'm very insensitive. I apologize.
You know? Come on now.
You crazy kids.
Let's
What
see.
is he, 73, and how she's 24 or something? Is that right? Is that the deal? That would be right, yeah.
Maybe she is.
Or he's 74 now and she's 25?
Yeah, forget. Whatever it is.
Belichick will be 74 in April. And she is...
I mean, you got to just put their names in, and that should just pop up blinking, right? In neon colors. Birth dates. It should be like the only thing that immediately pops up on a Google search.
Hudson.
You put in anybody else, it's like, oh, let's take a look. Justin Verlander, wife,
exactly.
It should be
5
like
kids.
Belichick and girlfriend's age. You should immediately fill in on your Google.
She'll be 25 in April.
Okay.
So they have birthdays the same month. So 74. Yeah, 49.
49
You're
years.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're done taking the low-hanging fruit.
I'm done. But hey, here's the deal, though. And this sort of surprised me that some of these other coaches that weren't voted in on the first ballot.
Okay.
Okay, you got Vince Lombardi was not voted in on the first ballot. And the trophy is named after Vince Lombardi.
To which he said, "What the hell
I know.
is going
Paul
on?"
Brown, Bill Walsh, Jimmy Johnson, Joe Gibbs, Hank
Paul
Stram.
Brown, Bill Walsh, Jimmy were not voted in on there first.
Right. Hank Stram had to wait.
Hank Stram waited a long time.
Right, because he was
Ridiculous.
AFL. John Madden, okay, Bill Parcells, Weeb Eubank, Dick Vermeil, Tony Dungy, Bill Cowher, and Tom
Vermeil
Flores.
won one Super Bowl. But
Yeah, I
like,
understand.
I think I'm fine with Dick Vermeil getting in. I think he deserves to be in.
And Stram won one.
Yeah,
he won.
But Hank Stram should have gone in a lot faster than he did. I don't know that he necessarily had to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I think that was the AFL, NFL thing.
I think it was, but he
there
was
some
such an
kickback.
innovator.
Yeah.
He coached an integrated team.
Mhm.
He really was Bill Walsh before Bill Walsh with the short rhythm passing.
Very much so.
He is a grossly underrated head football coach.
Oh gosh, he's a great
There's no
coach.
doubt. But like some of those you got to be kidding me. Like, what are these guys doing?
I don't understand.
It's Vahe. Somebody asked me. It's Vahe's the guy who's got the vote here in
Yeah,
town.
he's got the vote. Mhm.
And
Star.
you know, I texted. Let me see if I ever did get a response. We'll get to the bottom of it tomorrow, though.
New phone.
I texted Mike Sando. I'm president of the, quote, "It was more about Brady" club, but how could Belichick not be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Chirp, chirp.
Yep.
Chirp, chirp. I got crickets, but apparently I wasn't the only one lighting up Sando.
Oh yeah, well,
because
I've
he
seen him
taken to
respond.
Twitter.
Yeah,
like you got.
He's been
bring it
going
up.
for like 24 straight hours on Twitter.
What is he? What is he? He like about not understanding the process, and no, we get it. You've screwed it up. Like Mike and I may come to blows tomorrow from afar because, we might have to tape tomorrow. I'm not sure what. I can't remember what he's got going on, but he's either gonna be live or we'll tape and he'll still be in the 5. But I have been on him and really on Glauber, and Glauber retired, by the way. Well, he retired from writing a while ago. And he retired from the committee this year.
I was like,
so he was not part of this vote. But I lit him up too last night, and that's how I found out he's not on it anymore. I'm like, what are you people blanking doing out there? And he's like, what was his? He goes, I said, well, I'll tell you what I said, I bet your boy Polian's the snitch again with the Belichick leak.
Oh, yeah.
Your boy's just going to sit there and do nothing? And he said, good year to be retired from the committee, wouldn't you say? And then I went on, and I got pretty adamant about it. And he goes, wow, that escalated quickly.
You used to do it every week he was on your show. You'd get him, he'd come in and say, hi, Soren, how you doing? Boom, the next thing you know, it's a screaming match. It was great.
Yeah, he's like, well, Happy New Year to you too. You know, but I'm going to tell you what the problem is when he's talking about the process, and it's what has chapped my ass. And people have listened to me and Bob, for the years when he'd be on, and I'm going to be doing it with Sando too. They have this where they're trying to maximize how many people they get in instead of, in my opinion, the process is set up. What is their? Can you look up what their process is? They have to elect. I think theirs is different than baseball in the sense that they have to elect a minimum number, and they can elect no more than a maximum number. And like every year, they're putting in the maximum number. Mm-hmm. So they have basically decided that their job is to get as many people in as possible, and that's not the way it's supposed to work.
No.
But somehow they've settled into this pattern.
To be on merit,
right? They've settled into this pattern, and to me, the reason what the founding fathers of these halls of fame had in mind was that you set up the maximum to make sure that is the mechanism to make sure that it's an elite group, and then every year, I think if baseball, like football, basketball puts in way too many. Football, if they make a mistake, it's putting in too many. Baseball, if they make a mistake, it's not putting in enough. But the way it should work is, what is it?
This is, there is no set, and this is from their website, there is no set number for any class of enshrinees, but the committee's current bylaws stipulate that between 4 and 8 new members could be elected each year.
Okay. So by 4 and 8.
So no minimum and no maximum, but.
There's no minimum and no maximum, but I wonder the last time they didn't have 8. And I think that's part. I don't know if that's, well, you remember you got the senior committee, you got this, like there's always all these things. By having those numbers, what it does is, I don't mind having a minimum, saying, listen, somebody's on that list. If they've been passed over a few times, okay, now's your chance to get them in, right? They got X number of years on there. 8 means that if there are no-brainers like Bill Belichick that go in on the first time, and that bumps a guy who's been waiting 3 or 4 times, he thought, he's going to get in this next year. If he keeps getting bumped, it should be rank them 1 to whatever.
Yeah.
And these many. Now, do you vote? Yes, I vote for them. And if you keep getting bumped year after year after year, then you weren't good enough.
Yeah, you weren't.
But that's not what they're doing. They're saying we have this many years that they're on the ballot, so we got to make sure that we get, Randall McDaniel can't go in on his first ballot because we're still trying to get this guy in who's been sitting for 7 years, and they are looking ahead 5 years and already charting out who it's going to be instead of just evaluating the group that comes up. Mm-hmm. And if you're not good enough, then you fall off. You roll the next year, and then you roll off, and you didn't make it. You weren't good enough.
Right.
And instead they're doing this. I'm going to tell you, I guarantee you what they did was, yes, there are guys who wanted to penalize them, but there's also this list, this agenda they've had rolling forward for 4 or 5 years, that this was going to be the year that A, B, C, D, and E got in. And so taking no account to, Belichick's the first time. We got 15 years to put him in.
Yeah.
That's their mindset. We got 15 years to put him in. Not Is he or is he not a Hall of Famer?
Right.
And if you would do it that way, and you're like, this guy's a Hall of Famer. Okay, now these are the Hall of Famers. Okay, is he top 8? No, he's not. Okay, then he doesn't make it. All right, next year, is he a Hall of Famer? I think he's a Hall of Famer. Where is he? I got him 10th. Well, then he doesn't make it. Right? And that's how you keep it elite.
Right, and and a lot of them have extenuating. A lot of the guys that said no to are extenuating circumstances that didn't actually have anything to do with the NFL. It's off the field stuff. Okay, how long did Terrell Owens? Okay, I mean what he did on the field. Oh, good Lord, he's a first round draft. He's a first round Hall of Famer, right? But off the field and controversy surrounding him. John Madden. Okay, because Al Davis was his owner. You can pick some of these people off. I'm not sure what Lombardi thing, but you can pick some of these people off and just go, well, it's not what it had nothing to do what on the field.
Well, and I'll get to that in a minute. Jason Anderson texted me, said the coaches, contributors, seniors group, which is what Belichick is in, has 5 finalists with a voting minimum of 1 and a maximum of 3.
Okay.
So I guarantee you're going to watch probably 3 other guys go in. And part of this is that they had an agenda of what 3 they wanted to put in.
Right.
And if it's less than 3, so the 5 finalists are Ken Anderson, Roger Craig, L.C. Greenwood, Robert Kraft, and Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And a lot of the speculation is, according to Jimmy Johnson,
Robert Kraft.
Well, that Bill Polian is buddies with Bob Kraft.
Yeah.
And
Kraft was pissed
there's a
at Belichick.
Belichick-Kraft
Yes,
feud.
absolutely.
And Bill Polian is the guy who was flapping his gums about Jim Tyrer never getting in.
Yeah.
Because he quote unquote which happened.
It's
we now
true.
know more to it, but because he killed his wife, which it is blatantly obvious that the man was one of the first to suffer from CTE caused by football.
Patient zero. Absolutely.
And so Bill Polian was the guy who flapped his gums in. And I said this to I know a couple other people that have Hall of Fame votes, and I was texting with them on my mic. They're like, well, you can't say everybody agrees that Bill Polian, there's no needing to agree. Bill Polian said things about Jim Tyrer, which you're not supposed to say. Right. And I said, well, I guarantee you it's Bill Polian here. They're like, well, how can you say that? I go, because nobody ever cheated on their wife once. Okay? Nobody ever parked in the handicapped spot when they don't have a handicap tag and have no reason to it once. Right. Nobody ever does that crap once. You either follow the rules or you cross the line. Now, I'm not saying it's like if you park in a handicap spot, you'll kill somebody. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But I am saying how many murderers killed more than one? Like once there are lines, and when you cross them once, it's that much easier to cross it again and again and again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are people that have just done things once. But for the most part, rule of thumb. If you're a jackass once.
After they get caught,
you're a jackass again.
Probably not the first time. Unless they have
guarantee
terrible luck.
Bill Polian's flapping his gums.
Nobody else put Vaseline on their jerseys or stick them on their hands. That never happened. No.
But like this is like they are adamant. Their group, like they do not talk. We do not let this stuff out. And now every year it's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So listen. It's not going to be like Mike's probably. I'm gonna text and be like, I've got some strong opinions on this, and they're coming your way. Like, you better be kicking some people's asses off that committee, or your committee's worthless.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's like, if you're not going to adhere to your own rules, what is the point of having it?
And here's the deal, too. You knock Belichick out this year, he's going to be back up. He's going to get in the Hall of Fame. So what you're doing this year when you don't elect him is you knock somebody else out as well. You know what I mean? Because he's going to come on next year when somebody else is going to be coming on at the same time, deserving of the Hall of Fame, and that Belichick may hold them back from being elected on that ballot.
I guarantee you, and Mike is going to do this because I've had this conversation with Mike. He's going to tell me, well, first of all, he's going to say he can't talk about the candidates, this and that. I'll be like, okay, fine. Then when it gets announced, then we'll talk about it the next time. And like, okay, that'll be after the Super Bowl because I think it gets announced Super Bowl weekend, doesn't it? Okay, so you're coming on an extra.
This was all leaked.
You're coming on an extra week after the Super Bowl, so we can then talk about the Hall of Fame. And we're going to talk about when they put in Ken Anderson, Roger Craig, and Robert Kraft, and they go, well, Bob Kraft was the owner, and he did all these different things. Okay, fine. And they go, well, this was Ken Anderson's last chance, and this was Roger Craig. It doesn't matter. That's why the system is set up that way, so that if Bill Belichick's better, then Ken Anderson doesn't make it, and he wasn't good enough.
Right.
That's how it should be. The 3 best. And if there aren't 3, then only 1 goes in. But the 3 best every year. And if you never crack the top 3, you weren't good enough. I think Dale Murphy should absolutely be in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Oh, God, yes.
Right? But the fact that he doesn't get in is what makes it the Hall of Fame. It's not the Hall of Very Good. It's the Hall of Fame. It's the best of the best.
Hall of Greatness.
And that's how you limit that. I don't understand why. Listen, I have a Royals Hall of Fame vote, which I very much appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
And I go through the process. It is painstaking the first year a guy is on the ballot because I dig through everything. And after that, no problem. You know what my vote is? The exact same thing it was the last year.
Mm-hmm.
I spend a lot of time making sure that I look at it, I vet it, and I go.
Yeah, you look at past inductees and how the stats line up and the whole thing.
The only thing that would change is there's a maximum. And so right now have they announced that?
I don't think so.
Okay, well then I won't tell you what I have. I don't think I could say. So I won't tell you. I've put it in. But like the only thing, if I have 5 guys that I'm voting yes for, and the next year they're all still on the board, then I will vote yes for those 5, unless there's a new guy who's better, and then number 5 falls off and doesn't get my yes vote.
Right.
And that's how it is.
And you rank them. You're ranking them 1 through 5. Yeah.
Yes. And so now if nobody's going to come on, that is a problem. Like, you know what? Like Alex Gordon. Like this would be like Alex Gordon not making first ballot. He was a first ballot Royals Hall of Famer on our last vote.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He went in. And that vote's over. I can tell you I voted for Alex Gordon. It was a no-brainer. That guy is a Royals Hall of Famer. But this would be like Alex Gordon not going in on his first ballot because, well, we didn't put in, Johnny Damon the last time because we wanted to get so-and-so in because he was in his last year. So this year we're putting in Johnny Damon. He's our 5th because it's his last year because last year was Johnny Damon's last year on the ballot. I voted yes on Johnny Damon. He didn't get in. And so if you put Johnny Damon in and Alex Gordon didn't go in because you had been trying to put all these different people in beforehand, that would be outrageous for Alex Gordon to not be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, absolutely.
For the Royals Hall of Fame.
Yes, right.
And this year he's a Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, and he did not get enough votes. I think he's he did not get enough to stay on the deal. But he is a no-brainer Royals first ballot Hall of Famer. And it would have been ridiculous, but that's how it would have happened, right? And that is, I guarantee you, that is going to be part of it. Mike Sando is going to come. I have not talked to him. He has not. I guarantee he's pissed at me because he didn't even respond to the text, right? Or he's just got a million of us that are on his ass.
He's not that thin-skinned to be pissed at you for that.
No,
text.
I think he's probably just got a million people. He's like, screw you. I'll talk to you on Thursday,
tomorrow.
right? I don't need your crap now, which I respect. I have not hit him again. Can't got your tongue. I haven't done any of that. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. But I guarantee you he's going to talk about, because we've had this discussion, and it drives me. I sit here with Kurtis, now that they stream us. You'll see my reaction tomorrow if you watch the stream. I will be like, yanking my hair out while this goes on, because it boggles my mind how they screw this up. They literally, Bob, one night, I think it was at the Super Bowl in Indianapolis, and it was a writer from New Orleans who had a Hall of Fame vote, and we were talking about the Hall of Fame. And Bob's like, that's it. I'm calling the night off. We're going home. Because this guy from New Orleans and I were going at it so hard about, like, this asinine, I got this list of guys I know who I'm going to vote yes for the next 5 years. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And I think those guys probably on the voting committee have no idea who L.C. Greenwood was.
This is.
Or maybe even Roger Craig.
Right. This is. And this is the second most egregious Hall of Fame guffaw going on right now. You know what's number 1?
Tell me.
Steroid guys not being in baseball.
Oh, yes.
Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens not being in is ridiculous.
Yep.
The vote is about what they did on the field. And the fact that no one in the media bothered to cover the fact that these guys were all on steroids.
Owners didn't care.
Owners didn't make it a point of contention in the collective bargaining agreement. And players didn't demand testing, should not hold out players who did anything wrong.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Who did nothing wrong by the rules of baseball.
All right. Exactly
Again,
right.
the best one I saw was somebody went to the Hall of Fame, stood in front of the O.J. Simpson statue with it in the background and said, I'm really glad Belichick isn't in because we're not we're not putting in these kind of scoundrel characters.
Wow. That
was
is
fantastic.
awesome.
Strong.
That was fantastic.
Very strong.
Like, okay, Spygate is why, Deflategate is why Bill Belichick's not in here, but this guy,
he's in.
Well, and you know what? OJ should be in. It's about what he did on the football field.
Totally agree.
And by the way,
Plus,
just for local,
And the Naked Gun.
Plus, he didn't do it.
And he's in the Naked Gun. Well,
Yeah, he didn't do it.
That's right.
What's wrong with you?
You know my theory
They
on
weren't
it.
his
If he
Bro
didn't,
Mogley shoes, Magley,
who I
whatever they
think
were.
did. You don't disagree, do you? Because I don't like that.
I'm not.
We're not saying it.
Yeah, it's not a crazy idea.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I subscribe all the way, but I see where you're going.
I might be able to figure it out just a little bit.
Pretty sure the Juice did it, so I think it's pretty stable ground I can stand on when I say that. And again, O.J. Simpson, almost member of our fantasy football league.
Oh, wow.
So close.
I thought it was with you I talked about that. When Adam Hill, who covers the Raiders in Vegas and works on ESPN Vegas with Cofield, Adam got to know him.
When he was in Vegas during all that
he's lived in Vegas.
crazy stuff.
Once he got out of jail, he lived in Vegas.
Yeah.
So, and one night we had dinner after our fantasy football league, and we were having dinner at the same place OJ was. And I said this, he was at the bar, eating at the bar, with a woman who looked exactly like Nicole Brown Simpson.
Yep.
I mean, literally, you're like, was this a hoax? Is that her? Except for she was still that age.
Yeah, right.
She was still like 40, you know? He was now 70. She was still 38 or 40.
Belichick still has him beat.
But we were short somebody. Somebody bailed out on the trip last minute and
told Cofield.
No, Adam Hill goes,
oh,
well, I can ask OJ.
Oh, that would have been
on like the group text.
Just
It was
to
like,
ask him would have been great.
And I was
hey,
like,
OJ, you want to be on a fantasy football team?
I don't know that I can be. Will we do it at a law office? Was the guy Battle-born lawyers?
Oh my gosh!
One of our
That's right. You
one of our guys. He's a fancy
right.
conference room. He's a partner. It's his law. He's the lead guy. And so we do it at his conference room because it's a real good setup and everything's got a TV and it's just quiet and we can focus on what we're doing and everything. And I'm like, I don't know that I can be in the conference room with the Juice.
How about him being in a law office doing his fantasy football deal?
Adam's like, he loves fantasy football. He sent it. Have you seen the video of him? Andrew Luck. There's a famous video of he had just drafted Andrew Luck like 10 minutes before he retired.
Oh, God.
And he put out like an Instagram of like, you couldn't have done this 15 minutes earlier?
That's classic.
Yeah. So we almost had the Juice.
Even if he had asked him. It's almost better you didn't ask him because you can always say, we almost had the Juice. We almost had him.
I go, how are you tight with O.J. Simpson? He goes, tight is a strong word. I go, but he answers your text, right? He goes, yeah. And I go, how did that come about? He goes, I don't know. I guess I'm the only guy who ever. He goes, when I talk to him, I don't ask him, did he do it?
Oh yeah. By the way, did you do it? Really?
Because he was writing a story that he needed like USC football perspective. So I don't know, or Bills, whatever it was, and he talked to him as just a
sure.
And I think
former USC guy.
He said, he goes, and like I write the story and it comes out. I get a text says, oh, you did a good job on that. I go, okay, yeah, great. He goes, week later, I get a thing like, oh, nice job on that. He said, then I kind of fired back. He said, all of a sudden we're texting buddies.
Wow.
I got his number. Right here. That's the best way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
good deal.
Anyway,
good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Yeah.
Good times.
So
we can laugh about it now.
To OJ from Bill Belichick. That was pretty good.
Well,
no, right.
OJ Simpson is in the Hall of Fame and he should be.
Yes.
It is not the Hall of Great People.
Right.
It's about football players.
Oh, look
and he
at
was a
baseball.
great football
Ty
player.
Cobb. There all kinds of guys in baseball.
Yeah. Well,
just read Ball 4.
The after the fact morality police coming in and my biggest rub though is with the I just a buddy goes, pretty sure Adam and OJ frequented the same strip club.
That's where we really got to know him.
Wow. Adam's like, why am I catching strays?
Adam would be like, well, maybe a couple times. I don't think Adam would run from
Went
that
in
one.
to see if OJ was there. I was going to stop in and see if OJ was there. I need to ask him another question.
No, you know what Adam says? Oh, best chicken fingers in town. That's what
best buffet ever.
He knows all the food specials at all the clubs. Yeah, but no, the sanctimonious baseball writers not voting in the steroid guys is because you blew it on not writing about it. I blew it. Let me just say, I was covered. I blew it.
We all did.
Not doing it. Yeah,
we all did.
And
Yep,
so to
absolutely.
sit here and keep them out because you're going to now be the morality police when you didn't do your job in uncovering the fact that was going on, that was a big deal. I'd like to think we did, because I did get my ass chewed in the clubhouse by two Royals when we one day, while broadcasting at the stadium, which is on in the clubhouse, did a topic of, well, since the players won't agree to testing, if we did have testing, who on this team do you think would potentially test positive for steroids?
Oh, gee, that's good.
That was our topic.
Oh, boy, there you go. All right. Let's get on that elevator. We're headed upstairs for a minute.
Royals PR goes up. Yeah, a couple of the guys would like you to swing downstairs. I'd like you to talk about it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And I was like, dude, then go get tested.
Yeah.
What are you looking at me for?
That's going to be interesting if that comes up, and I'm sure it will during the negotiations now, coming up for next season, for 27.
What?
For the offseason of 26.
Getting Belichick in?
No.
Or no, the baseball?
No, baseball.
Or getting the steroid guys in?
Yeah, no. The new collective bargaining agreement, and if that will be basically in there, will we still?
They have testing now.
Test
now
you?
they have testing.
Yeah.
They have it now.
Yeah.
I think it's
And to keep it.
They finally got it.
To keep it, yeah.
Because I think they started realizing, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, I think the players started getting mad at what happened is the players who weren't taking it were getting pissed about guys who were taking it, making a lot more money.
Right. They're under the umbrella. Yeah,
So
they're
it
under the
finally,
umbrella,
it finally got there. So
that's going to be interesting too. The off season in 26.
Did you enjoy the Eric Bieniemy presser?
Typical EB. I haven't heard anything new, except it was at two different spots. Loved working in Chicago.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I think this puts it all on Andy. I think when you hire Eric Bieniemy and didn't even interview anybody else.
Yeah.
Right? That's my I have no problem with landing on him if you talk to Mike McDaniel and you talk like my frustration is that he did not actually do an interview process.
Yeah.
And his reasoning that he told Sam McDowell, Sam had the first question about, did you talk to anybody else? He's like, oh, when these opens, you got to move fast. Like, really?
You wouldn't have had to move fast on EB.
I listen. I think he's completely
because
qualified.
he would have waited for you.
By the way, Eric Bieniemy is a lightning rod in this town because I get like on my podcasting, I go, nobody's ever hated a human being more than Petro hates Eric Bieniemy. Like, you've got to be kidding me.
Holy,
like I spent years in this town talking about why is Eric Bieniemy not getting an interview?
Yeah, why doesn't he have a head coach?
And then he finally started getting the interviews, and that's like that to me is it. Like here, that's it. If you're not getting the job after the interview, the problem's is within you and your background and your resume and
and it's
whatever. But
in person.
It was outrageous initially when he was not getting interviews. Then he got interviews and still wasn't getting the job. So, but it's not outrageous for Andy Reid to just pick his guy. That is not outrageous at all.
No, he doesn't.
He has had one losing season as the head coach of the Chiefs. And previous to that, he went to 7 straight conference championship games, 3 straight Super Bowls.
He knows what he's doing.
It is not our Andy Reid can do whatever he wants to do. But
would we like to see a little change, innovation? Yes,
and he has said, well, you don't need to bring in a whole bunch of different people to make change. You can identify it. He pretty much said like you can watch on TV what other people are doing and get your ideas. Okay, that's great, but. It is different. You did have a losing season. We are now. It is right to ask questions about whether or not, he's got the right plan now.
Yeah, you bet.
Now, if he goes 15-2, we will shut up.
He goes 15-2. That is a miracle. That'll be a miraculous turnaround from 6-11.
Well, then, was it a disaster to go from 15-2 to 6-11?
Basically, yes, it was.
Well, wow.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you didn't lose your quarterback until what?
Last 3, yeah.
Last week, I mean,
6 and 8 with him.
You were basically out of it then.
I mean, 6 and 7,
especially the way you were playing.
6 and 7 and losing with what? 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Or 3 minutes to go, whatever it was with the Charger game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the play that he was hurt on, if I remember correctly, was that one of the ones like, okay, that's it, the game's over, or did we just say, okay, that's? I thought it might have been on one of the plays they had.
No, Gardner Minshew still had a chance, and he came in and threw a pick.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
He threw a pick
on
right
the last
away.
possession.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
By the way, it's official. Gardner Minshew did not. It was
Didn't
a bone
have an
bruise.
ACL. It was a bone bruise.
I mean, bravo. By the way, like
now we're just hearing this now.
Well, no, I mean I think we all when they I said it at the time when they go like, well, it's not actually a torn. Well,
What is
come
it?
on now. Then bravo, well played.
Are you sure?
We are not going to get this. You want to know how you tank? That's how you do it.
Yep.
Which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. You were out of it. You weren't playing well. You're losing all those games. You had basically no chance. Might as well lose as many as you can.
I don't think I even want to ask anybody over there if he could have played, because I just want to believe he could have.
I thought you were going to say about the timeout.
I feel better. Yeah, you know. No,
this is good.
I'm going to assume.
I like
this.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that that's the way it goes, and I'll be good with that. Frank Bowl is with us here in the program. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll get some Frank opinions. Frank, brought to you by our friends at Applause Custom Sight and Sound, Kansas City's best. Whether it's watching the college hoops, do you want your ultimate football theater? That's what I like to call it. NCAA tournaments can be around. How about 2, 3, 4, 5 screens all working? Basically create a better setup than a sports bar. You can do it. Applause Custom Sight and Sound does that kind of thing. They also do integrated home systems, true smart home technology, smart office technology. How about surveillance, security? You can be looking at your office, looking at your house, whenever you want, all from your smartphone. I know, because Applause Custom Sight and Sound did it for us. They've been in my home for 20 years. Find them online at applausetheater.com.
All right, the Lafetta Delicatessen, end of the hour answer. In the last 25 years, how many times has Missouri been below 40% from the field, 20% from three, and 35% from the line?
Twice.
Once. And it was last night. They're the first SEC team to do it since Tennessee did it in 2012. I looked, and they are the, how many was it? 17 times since 2005. It's happened in a power conference league game. So about once a year, Missouri did it last night.
It's ugly.
39% from, 39% from the field, 19% from three, 35% from the free throw line, 8 of 23. Now, they weren't going to win that game if they shot better from the free throw line, but that was brutal.
Our end of the hour brought to you by Lafetta Italian Delicatessen, voted KC's #2 brand new restaurant by the Kansas City Star. They're right there in the southeast corner of 143rd and Metcalf. Check out their rockin' lineup of gourmet sandwiches online at lafettadeli.com. Every sandwich comes on bread made fresh that morning, combined with the freshest meats, cheeses, ingredients, and sauces, all made to order. Don't miss their incredible charcuterie trays. There's one for every budget. Remember, Lafetta caters as well. Go online to lafettadeli.com. Better yet, just get to Lafetta right now at 143rd and Metcalf. Frank Bolt, the Godfather, is with us here on the program.
I highly recommend Lafetta.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Adam does a great job. The whole team, they're fantastic. The sandwiches are to die for.
They're good. Very
they're
good.
Wonderful.
But you don't even have to die for it. You just have to go buy one.
He selfishly closed on Saturday, not allowing me to take my wife and daughter to Lafetta because he thought about his employees. What an ass.
Who thinks about their employees?
That's not the Adam we remember.
No, he wouldn't think about us.
No.
Turned over a new leaf.
Here.
Yeah.
No, but it was great. I was like, hey, are you open? Because on Saturday, you check because with the snow coming down and everything. He's like, yeah, we're keeping everybody home. I'm like, all right, I respect that.
That was nice, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Dad's wonderful. Loves his dad.
There's somebody else who did not think about his employees, and we went to their restaurant. You might know them. We'll talk about that later. All right, let's get to some frank opinions.
I can guess, but
you'd be right. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with some Eric Bieniemy stuff here. Do you feel better, worse, or the same about Eric Bieniemy being named OC after hearing him today?
I'll say the same.
I think they hear him and they like him. I'll say that they feel better.
59% said the same, 31% said better, 10% said worse.
Yeah, at least I had the second best answer. Do I get anything for that?
Quit. Stop.
Do I get an attaboy?
Stop.
Something?
Stop.
All right.
Will Bieniemy handle more, less, or the same amount of the play calling than Matt Nagy?
Oh, the same.
Same.
Number?
74.
75.
68. 25% said more.
I
put a good number up there.
Number.
Best thing I heard off this is Brett Tollner said, "Is less possible?" I thought that was quite strong.
Will he listen to Eric Bieniemy? No.
Better look for Eric Bieniemy, gray beard or clean shaven?
Gray beard.
Gray beard. He
Number?
looks great.
On you, Frank.
Mine? 75.
Like I said this earlier. Gray beard on a black guy. Great.
A lot of people might not have seen it either. So
Yeah.
it might
I'll go 74.
57.7.
That should be a bigger number, but I think
that's all right.
it's a good look.
A lot of people probably haven't seen him.
It's a good, plus when he goes,
Yeah, I know.
Get a Santa suit on him and let's go.
Fantastic.
We're ready.
Yes. Who scores more points on Saturday, Darren Peterson or A.J. DeBonsa?
Well, is Darren Pearson playing?
Yeah, I think the injury thing puts him on DeBonsa.
I'm going to go AJ.
DeBonsa.
I heard DeBonsa. It's
No, I've
DeBonsa.
heard DeBonsa.
You say DeBonsa.
I heard
say
a Collier.
DeBonsa.
True.
So,
Well, that'll
We
be next
don't
week's.
care
Is it DeBonsa or DeBonsa?
about him.
well, it was DeBontanza at one point. I mean,
For you it was.
Who drafted him? Who drafted him 3 years ago in their minor leagues of their fantasy league?
Could have been you.
It was definitely me.
Yes.
I have him and Darren Peterson in
Yes.
my minor league.
But
So
at,
bite
no,
it.
at no point during his life has his name been DiBantanza.
Sure it was.
Hey, it was
For
good.
a little bit.
Hey,
DYBANTSA has never been
Hey, Cal,
DiBantanza.
Cal, it's a good thing OJ wasn't approached for fantasy football.
Probably so.
I would agree with that.
You both said
Yeah, because if he said the wrong thing, I would not hold back.
Right. He might
What are you
not
going to
hold
do?
back.
Kill me?
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
And then I would have run.
Yes.
And hid.
I did say if we do this, I'm by the glass doors that head to the exit.
That's the only way I'm signing off.
I got 1 foot out the door.
We'll tell him one time we'll all get here with the seat over by Adam in the corner. You deal with it, big boy.
All right.
They're on one side, everyone else is on the other side of the table. You both said DeBanza?
Yes.
Yes.
Number?
64.
65.
62.5.
Oh!
You guys are right on it.
Man, smoked. Was it 3 to
This
1 or
one
3 to 1?
inspired by D-Ron. If not D, then who is his at?
That is
fantastic.
fantastic.
Very good.
It's up there with if you can't take the Pete.
Yes.
Get out of the kitchen.
Yes, I love it. His question is, will Matt Nagy have an NFL job on opening day 2026? Yes or no?
Yes, I think he will.
He might be a quarterback coach, though. But, I mean, I don't know if he's going to take that.
John Harbaugh's looking for an offensive coordinator now. Monken's gone.
Where are they going to be on this? I'll say yes.
Number?
So he said yes.
Yeah, I
too?
said
Okay.
yes. too.
Yes.
I'll say 55.
56.
68.7.
Smoked all the way around.
Of the 8.
I like it when you get in this rut because it usually lasts for about 6 months.
I know it does. Or the entire year.
Of the 8.
6 months is enough for me to get an unstoppable lead.
Yes.
Of the 8 new NFL head coaches, how many will win a playoff game for their new team? 3 or more, 2 or fewer?
2 or fewer. I don't think they like this class. I think they'll have, I'll just say 2 or fewer.
I'll say 2 or fewer.
Number?
73%.
74.
68.5.
God.
I'm putting some good numbers down on you, though. I am not far off. Like, I'm not leaving a big gap. I am feeling
a bad
it.
day.
I'm in rhythm.
I was in a really good
I'm in
mood.
rhythm.
Will Andy Reid go into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot? Yes or no?
Got to say no after this.
No, yes. Yes.
I mean, they're probably going to say Belichick is because of the cheating and everything.
Andy, don't cheat.
I'll say yes.
Number?
My turn?
Yep.
Oh, gosh. I'll say 70.
Oh, no, 69. I don't think it's that high.
86.
Oh, wow.
They are believing.
So they just think it's like retribution. They obviously have not read Vahe's column where he basically tells you exactly what I said. I have these other guys I'm trying to get in, and so that's how I voted.
Yep. You got it right. What is the earliest round that the Chiefs should draft a running back? First, second, third, fourth, or later?
I'll say second.
First, second, third, fourth, or later. So we've got 4 choices. No, there's some the people want a running back. I'm going to say first.
44% said second. 35% said third. 15% said first.
Wait, 45 said first?
44% said second. 35% said third. 15% said first.
Oh, wow. I thought there was more of an appetite for that. Okay.
Will you watch any of the Pro Bowl events this
Oh, God, no.
weekend?
No.
Number?
71%.
I hate you. I'll go higher.
91.5.
You thought because you're doing those and you thought, he's got to go lower. He's got to go lower because he hasn't gone lower, so he's going to go lower. Quit thinking, Soren. Quit thinking. No strategizing. Just Just say.
I
whatever.
thought there'd be some dorks out there that'd be like, dude. I didn't think there'd be that many, though. Wait, 91% said no?
91.5.
Yeah, so there's even. I mean, that's great. That you're intelligent.
I'm with
people.
you. Yes.
8.5% of you get a life.
What are you doing?
Get a freaking life. It better. They may have all been like, well, Kelsey might be there, and maybe Taylor will show up. That better than your thought.
And the last one. Which new AFC West offensive coordinator will last longer in their current job? Eric Bieniemy or Mike McDaniel?
I'll just say Bieniemy.
I'll go Bieniemy as well.
Chiefs,
Number?
Yeah.
You, Frank?
70.
Oh, that's a good number. I'm still going to go 71, though.
79.7. Could also be that McDaniel also might get another.
Yeah, might get a head
job,
coaching
might
job.
leave
But
for
I
a
don't
good
think
reason.
people were thinking that, probably. Basically.
I'm a winner.
Shut up.
I'm a winner. What's that making now?
Overall, that makes it 2-1-1 in favor of Soren. In the aggregate, Soren 26, Frank 25.
Oh,
Yeah, so
could
there.
not be
Right
any
there.
closer.
I'm right
except
there.
for being tied. Would be the only way to be closer, Frank.
Okay, thanks.
But you're not tied.
No. I'm a loser.
You're in the can.
Big L.
How stupid am I on current events? We find that out next when we play What in the World, Soren.
The program with Soren Petro.
Nailed it. Suck it.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Well, listen, folks, if you frequent the hen house, you probably see me, whether it's picking up my prescriptions at 135th and Metcalf, whether it's grabbing a salad on my way into work, maybe at 135th and Metcalf, or at 119th and Row. Those are my home hen houses. Grew up, going to hen house at Corinth when I was in high school for lunch, and then right down the road in Prairie Village when I was a little feller going with Mom to shop. Hen house always has great specials back at the meat counter. That's my favorite spot now. You get that USDA Choice Certified Hereford beef. The only place you can get it is at your neighborhood hen house. They got the KC strips. They're 10 ounces, just $10. Pick your own size, $15.99 a pound. Get the steak that made Kansas City famous. Get it at Hen House. How about that fresh 80% lean ground beef? That's $5.99 a pound. How about the chickens? Yes, it's the best tasting chicken you're going to find anywhere. Ozark Mountain Poultry, raised right down the road. Skinless, boneless chicken breast, $3.99 a pound. And if you love seafood, and who doesn't, right now you can get the fresh, whole Atlantic salmon fillets. It's just $9.99 a pound. It's all at your neighborhood Hen House. And don't forget about their great produce. Did you know that more than 70% of their produce, like 72 or 74%, I can't remember the number, is raised within a couple hundred miles of Kansas City? It's miles of freshness. You'll taste the difference. There's all kinds of great specials. If you love the berries, trying to eat healthy, great antioxidants in the berries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. You can get them all. They got the Driscolls. You can get them 3 for $10 right now, 6 ounces of each. Go get them right now at your neighborhood Hen House. You can find all these specials and more at henhouse.com.
Say, how's that utility bill? Even your level payment plan seems like it's tilting uphill? But wait, Airman here with some good news to re-level the playing field. Midwest Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is now offering up to $1,400 in rebates on qualifying Lennox home comfort systems. But hold on, there's more. Midwest is also stepping up with 60 months 0% financing with approved credit. And the newest Lennox systems produce air that is more pure.
All right, what in the world, Frank? What do you got for
buddy,
me?
our big storm that roared through here. How many states saw a foot or more of snow during this?
18.
13. How many distress calls did the Missouri Highway Patrol get during this storm?
10,000.
1,400.
Okay, I'm nailing it here.
What was the overnight low between Sunday night and Monday morning in the metro? Overnight low, not wind chill.
-2.
-6. God. What part of the KC metro area got the most snow?
Up north.
No.
Down south. No, it came from the south. So I'm going to say the KC south part. I don't know.
Okay, Stanley, Kansas.
Nailed it. Nailed it. How much?
6.6 inches.
6.6 inches.
6.6. That's all.
7 to 10, they were all flapping their gums about. Not even close.
Nope.
Not even close. Storm of the century. Storm of the century, they said. I laughed. And I went out and I went to lunch.
I giggled.
That's what I did right in the middle of it.
All right, who ended their winning streak the last time Kansas started 20-0 or better? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
Fourth quarter of the program begins right now as we finish strong here on a Wednesday hump day.
Hump day!
Barreling towards the weekends now. If you are off and in your car, thanks for joining us. You missed any of the program, catch it 810WHB.com or the 810 app where you can grab the podcast. Mandatory. Listen to all 4 hours. If you listen to 20 hours, doctors have said 19 out of 20 doctors recommend 20 hours of the program each week.
I listen to all 4 hours on the podcast. As soon as I leave here, I start over.
So you start right over? I like that. Good call. Good call. We've got Keith Law coming up. We're going to hear about his top 100 prospects. Royals, 3 guys in that. Get his thoughts on the farm system for the Royals. Top 10. Royals have a top 10 prospect. We'll talk about that with Keith Law, senior MLB insider for The Athletic. I think the best when it comes to breaking down the prospects, so we'll talk to Keith Law. Coming up here shortly, let's hear from Eric Bieniemy. He was introduced to the media today. EB is back. Eric Bieniemy, getting outside of his comfort zone, was good, and said it was good to be exposed to some new ideas.
It's always good because I've had an opportunity to learn a few things and obviously open up my mind just to how to view things from a different point of view, and it's great. But on top of that, we got to make sure that we're getting down to what is best for us when it's all said and done with. So, yes, anybody can present an idea, but more importantly, we need to make sure first and foremost that we're taking a look at anything that we need to continue to improve upon or continue working with, and making sure that we're getting all the answers first with that, and then just figure out what do we need to go from there. But it's day one. We'll figure all that out at some point in time. But I will say this, I'm fired up and excited just to have this opportunity to be in the building and just having these discussions.
Reaction?
Not much of one. I mean, there did seem to be an idea of maybe more discussion, making sure that whatever things they're going to do is the right thing to do, and maybe not as much. Again, I'm not saying that this is what happened, but other than or rather than just changing things to change things, let's work smart and not a lot.
Yeah, but
that's the best I could pull out of that.
Let's make changes.
Yeah, make changes.
I don't want to hear that we've looked at it all and we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Better be making changes.
Yep.
RIT called his own plays for the for the first 2 years he was gone. Not last year he was running backs coach, but in Washington 3 years ago, and then for UCLA 2 years ago, he was calling his own plays. Bieniemy thinks calling his own plays helped him grow.
You know what? I think it's helped me in a number of ways, because when you're doing it on your own, you got to find creative ways to implement a system. On top of that, you learn a lot about yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because all ideas are not bad ideas. We just need to be receptive to them. And so just the dynamic of working with people, learning how to communicate and articulate your plan and getting them to buy in, I think all that helps. And I think any experience that you've had, whether it's good or bad, it's all something that we can learn from. And so with that said, I've learned a lot over the years. I've learned a lot about myself, and I'm just excited, just to get started.
Learned a lot about himself. All right. It's been a common theme in what he was talking about during the press conference today. He said getting around other coaching staffs was a learning experience as well.
I think more than anything, just sitting down and having that discussion with them, because when you're working with people who's not familiar with what you do, it's basically you're selling your idea and your thoughts, okay? You're selling that game plan to those coaches, getting them to buy in. And those are things that are not tough, but what it does, it gives you an opportunity to articulate your plan clear and just basically defining it and painting a picture for them so they can see it and see it how it comes to fruition and everything. And so that's one thing that I would say that has helped me moving forward.
He's probably spoken to more people, different people, I would think easily, in the years since he left Kansas City than the years he was here. He was here for 9 years.
Yeah.
From 13 to 22. And how many different voices did he hear? I mean, one voice was always there, Andy Reid, and for the most part, I think a lot of the voices around him were pretty similar. So, just in the last 3 seasons of football, I think he's probably spoken to more different voices than he did the whole 9 years he was here the first time.
Ben Johnson was really successful with the Detroit Lions as the OC. He really turned Caleb Williams in the right direction. I hope he spent a lot of time listening this last year.
Yes.
Like, that's the most important year for him, without a doubt. So he's grown as a player, or as a coach. But Eric Bieniemy today said there's some things that will never change about him.
Well, I'll say this. There's some things about me that have changed, but more than anything, EB is EB. We will still be disciplined in detail in everything and how we handle our business. There's a standard of performance. There's a standard of excellence that'll be expected. But on top of that, there's been a great deal of wealth that I've learned, through the good and through the bad. And the thing that I appreciate has just helped me to grow into this role and have this opportunity to be in this situation.
I had somebody reach out to me on Twitter. It was a part of the end of the hour question, or not the Frank Opinions question, about whether it made you feel better or worse or the same after listening to him. And someone said referring to himself in the third person alone was eye-rolling. That didn't really bother me. What do you think?
I don't like the third person thing. Somebody who uses it all the time, I ain't got no time for. I'll tell you that. That usually is attached to a jackass. But dropping it here and there, I mean, it didn't register with me, so that didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, listen, and again, because I'm, in this day and age, it's 100 or 0, right? With everybody out there, if you're an Eric Bieniemy fan, and I don't just tell you that Eric Bieniemy is the greatest hire in the history of mankind, and he's absolutely the reason why the Chiefs had all the success before, and now they're going to have all the success again. If I don't just slobber all over Eric Bieniemy like that, then I get, no one's ever hated Eric Bieniemy more than Petro hates Eric Bieniemy.
Right.
And likewise, the flip side is I've had a couple of people, less people on this side, mostly it's that crowd. But if you don't say, like, Bieniemy sucks, he all he does is, pick up Andy Reid's laundry, then you're like, I don't know why you got to kiss the Chiefs' ass. Like, This hire is a justified hire. There is nothing wrong with hiring Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing wrong. He is qualified for the job. He knows the offense. He knows the coach. He knows what's expected of him. He knows the quarterback. He knows the players. Presumably, there's no chance that Patrick Mahomes said no. I mean, if we find that out, then it's all done. Because he's going to demand a trade, and it ain't going to matter.
Right.
And we're not going to talk about Eric Bieniemy. We're going to talk about what the hell were Andy Reid, Brett Veach, and Clark Hunt thinking, that nobody ran this by Patrick Mahomes. We'll have much bigger fish to fry if that isn't part of the equation. So the hiring of him's fine. My only reaction is they let him walk the same way they're letting Matt Nagy walk 3 years ago. So there was a level of like, okay, we've had enough. Now, I think it could be that, like the Bill Parcells. I don't think you want Bill Parcells for 30 years as your head coach. But for 6, 7 years, 5 years, great hire, right? Maybe that's what it is. If you go into this and Brett Veach is telling Clark Hunt, look, Eric Bieniemy is going to get us back in shape. Now, 3 years from now, are we going to be saying, all right, he's starting to grind on people and he's wearing thin and he's worn Patrick Mahomes out, we got to go another direction? Yeah, that's entirely possible. But I also give the man a chance to not wear out his welcome, to have grown
and
in all these stages.
Do they win a Super Bowl while he's doing that, like they did the first time? You've talked before about managers and how often, or head coaches in any sport, where you go from the taskmaster or the player's coach to the guy who cracks the whip, and then that wears out and you go back to the players type of guy. It isn't usually the same
head coach with with
separate ones.
Oh yeah, different. But he is. I mean, it may have been that Matt Nagy's what they needed for a couple of years, and now what they need is Eric Bieniemy.
If you're bringing him back, you either need to think that, be aware that if he's not changed, be aware that he's going to probably come around to that point again, or you have to believe that he has changed as a coach and that won't happen. But there's nothing that should surprise Andy Reid about what Eric Bieniemy does as the offensive coordinator.
And the part of the equation here that I'm looking at that to me is the most noteworthy is the fact that they interviewed no one else. And that is not an Eric Bieniemy thing. That is an Andy Reid thing. I would feel better if they interviewed Mike McDaniel and said, no, we're still going with Eric Bieniemy. Mike really wants to call plays. I'm calling plays. Okay, that's a sour position. I would like Andy Reid to say, listen, Sean Payton said when they were about who they're going to interview, he is open to the idea of giving up calling plays. I think Andy Reid should always be open to the idea of giving up calling plays. If you can get better and bring somebody in and you're like, look, I like calling plays, but I want to win first and foremost. Mike McDaniel's the best offensive mind. He was blown away by what he's got. His evaluation on our players, we're on the same page. Like I'm bringing him in, and I have to give it up. I would like to hear that from Andy Reid. I think it would make him a stronger coach. I think this is a weakness. I think it does limit his skills as a head coach. I don't think there's any way around that. And I think as you get older, there comes a time where I think he could still be a fantastic CEO, but he probably shouldn't be the guy on the front line. And are we there today? I don't know. But he should be open to it, and he wasn't. He only had one guy that he wanted to bring in, and I think that is a fundamental mistake. If Eric Bieniemy ends up being the right guy, it won't matter. They'll make a lot of other mistakes. Everybody does. But I think that's a fundamental mistake. The story is not Eric Bieniemy here today. To me, the story is Andy Reid and talking to no one else.
Yep.
That's the story.
And they'll have a pretty early test subject because they're going to play Mike McDaniel twice in that first year. And if we're sitting here after that first game and Mike McDaniel's offense, he runs rings around him and the Chiefs kind of struggle, that's going to be one of those things that eventually Andy Reid has to wear it, and he's going to have to be answering some questions as well.
And I'm going to reiterate it again. I have no problem. Eric Bieniemy may absolutely be 100% the very best hire they can make. But you can't know that if you didn't talk to anybody else. Okay? You're going with familiarity. That's the only reason they're doing this. It may work, and let me be clear. When it works, if it does, and we all hope it does because I'm a Chiefs fan, don't call me and go, see, you were totally wrong. I'm not totally wrong. I'm sitting here telling you this may absolutely work. It may absolutely work. But the process is still flawed.
Yes.
You should be interviewing candidates. It's such a competitive field. Why wouldn't you take the opportunity to talk to as many people as you could? That's the point. That's an Andy Reid thing, though. That's not an Eric Bieniemy thing.
Nope.
Eric Bieniemy, hey, we need an offensive coordinator. He put his hand in the air. They picked him. He did everything he could do. He's a qualified candidate. We'll see if it works. Let's hear from Dennis Gates. Mizzou, not good last night. We said it when we saw that 10.5-point line. Ooh, either Mizzou's going to take this right to the wire or they're going to get hammered. For about 5 minutes, I thought they might take it to the wire. Yeah. Then it became clear.
21-all, and then the wheels came off.
They're getting hammered. Dennis Gates was asked what his overall thoughts were about the game.
At the end of the day, we had the percentages down, but early on, being able to keep the lead, that would have taken a little more accuracy from the free throw line, but also taking care of the basketball. I thought we had some costly turnovers that they capitalized on where they wasn't able to score in the half court, but they ended up getting those easy transition buckets, and that's where Weitzel, got really, 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 really on fire. He was 7 for 10 from the three, 21 points. But our guys did play well. They executed some things. The stats are the stats.
All right.
Our guys did play well, he said?
He said that a couple of times, but that's they didn't. They lost the game in the numbers and the percentage. Yeah, but that's usually what happens. When your team plays well, you don't usually lose.
There was one possession where 4 guys ran into each other in the paint.
Yes.
I'm like, what is happening?
There was another possession in which 4 guys were there for the rebound, and an Alabama guy went, "I'll take that."
Yeah.
And thankfully for the Tigers, he threw it away, trying to save it in bounds. But
they're way outside looking in right now. They got a lot of work to do. That one will resonate with any of the people that are on the committee that actually watched the game. It was 2 different species on the floor last night.
They're essentially a statistically historic win, 2 historic shots away from a 4-game losing streak, 2 of those games being at home.
Yeah.
Not good.
K-State, same old for the Cats. Not really. I mean, the loss, yes, but how they lost, they actually guarded some people.
Yeah, they're up
seemed to play a little
early.
defense.
It's like, what's happening?
Had a couple of chances. What they do well is score. Could not score at the end. So K-State loses. Jerome Tang, at least reading the room and understanding people questioning whether or not he's the right guy moving forward with how things are going to turn around for K-State. talking about roster rules and such. Said the NCAA is making it hard to figure out how to build a team.
As the head coach of this program, the CEO of it, to put together a team and build a program that will be on that level year in and year out. And I ain't figured that out yet because they keep changing the rules on me, right? Like once they get the rules set, right, like then I can have a consistent plan because there are 3 guys that should be on my roster right now that are not on my roster because the rules changed, okay? And that's not even the guys who are injured, okay? So if they will give me consistent rules, then I know how to move forward and operate. And now we'll figure it out because I got a staff that we're relentless. We don't stop, and so if we can bring G League players in, I want to do it. I want to find a judge in Kansas that's going that's a K-State judge that's going to give us that's what they're doing elsewhere. No matter whatever they're going to allow us to do, I want to do, or stop everybody from doing it, and let's all proceed the same way, and so, but I just give me some consistent rules and we're going to get it done, but we're going to figure this thing out.
$18 million buyout. He's going to get another year. Other people are dealing with these same rules. Other people are having success. There's nothing wrong with what he said. I agree with what he's saying. The rules are all over the place. Who's eligible, who's not? Can you have G League players? Can you not? It is a mess. That's a 100% factual statement. It just rings more hollow when this is your 3rd consecutive year that you're not going to the tournament.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with what he said. But at some point, it's got to be it. Figure it out. Other people are. You need to get it done, right?
Yep.
But
Yep.
I do want to be clear. What he said is 100% accurate. It's 100% accurate in what he put out there. Keith Law is 100% accurate when it comes to the prospects. He's never, ever missed. The best there ever is, the best there ever was, the best there ever will be. I don't know. I think he's really good. He misses like everybody else. Come on. We're talking about 18-year-old kids here. But he's great. He's got 3 roles in the top 100. We'll talk about it with Keith Law next.
The program with Soren Petro.
I don't like any of that stuff. Most people like it. I don't like it.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
If you are looking for a new vehicle, there's no better place to shop than Roberts Robinson Chevrolet GMC. What are you waiting for? Get up to Excelsior Springs. They are Kansas City's best. With a great inventory, a great selection of great vehicles. Plus, they're local. They're Kansas City people. They're people you've known for years. Listen, we went up there. It was a lot of fun talking with the guys, talking about all the different places around town, talking high school sports. Roberts Robinson is a great group of individuals that want to give you a great deal on a great vehicle. That's what they do time and time again. Listen, don't settle for a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. You can get a lifetime powertrain warranty at Roberts Robinson. Covered component parts include engine, transmission, transfer case, drive axle, fluids, and filters. This warranty ensures repair or replacement of any covered powertrain component that fails for as long as you own your vehicle. Right? So get up to Roberts Robinson and take advantage of this. When it comes to service, nobody does it better. They'll pick up your car and take it in for service. Plus, they have masterclass and even world class. That's the level above masterclass technicians. If you need any work done on your vehicle, what are you waiting for? Get to Roberts Robinson Chevrolet GMC. They have you covered. Right? Go right now. Great deals on trucks. If your office is your truck, get to Roberts Robinson. They got great deals on the Silverado 1500 crew cabs. Great deals on the GMC Sierra 1500s. Check it out right now. Go to robertsrobinson.com. That's right, online at robertsrobinson.com.
40,000 people. Let that number sink in for a second. It's the number of people choosing pain relief without surgery. 40,000 people who said, stop, before I put my life on hold for months. There has to be another way. And they found it at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in using cellular-level treatments to revitalize joint tissue naturally. Patients who thought they were out of options and surgery was the only answer. Today, they're moving better, hurting less, and getting their lives back thanks to QC Kinetics' advanced regenerative treatments. Truth is, surgery isn't always the answer. QC Kinetics is right here in Kansas City, using safe, natural treatments backed by real science. Treatments that activate your
You listen to the program here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Spring training opens for the Royals on the 11th, I believe it is, that they get things going with pitchers and catchers. Right around the corner, and one of the rites of, I guess, winter, but foretells the spring is when Keith Law puts out his top 100. I think he's absolutely the best at breaking down the minor leagues, the prospects, the systems. He does a fantastic job, and we are fortunate enough to be joined by him right now. Senior Major League Baseball writer for The Athletic joins us here in the program. Keith, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very good. 3 Royals in the top 100. I've got some other folks only putting 1 in there. You seem to be a little bit more bullish. You were a little bit more bullish on them last year. I think you've got it right, except for unless you want to put 5 or 6 on there, then you'd make me really happy. But let's start with Carter Jensen. He's at number 10 on your list. How Royals fans got just a little taste of him last year at the big league level. Still has the rookie status, so he's still eligible for the prospect list. But Royals fans thought they saw like a guy who swung the bat like a veteran. Like, what is the upside with Carter Jensen?
I want to know what other folks you're talking to. I thought this was a monogamous relationship here. I thought I was the only prospect analyst you had room for.
You're the only one I pay attention to, and you're the only, I've told you this before when it comes to my fantasy baseball league. I used to have like 4 or 5 lists, and now I'm like, nope, I just need keys. But would you do this for me? Could I get it in an Excel format so I have a quicker list? Yeah, is that possible? You are the man. If I get that, then you will hear me singing your praises all the way from Scottsdale, Arizona, where we will convene for our fantasy leagues this year.
There you go. Excellent. So I will answer you on Carter Jensen. I agree with that. I do think he hits like a veteran. He has had excellent plate discipline and real plate discipline, not passivity, since the moment they signed him, which was kind of a surprise because I think the take at the time was this guy's got big power. He's a big fella. Local kid, obviously, and we didn't really know what kind of hitter he was, and nobody that I knew at the time really thought he was going to be a good catcher. And then his first year in the minors, he drew a ton of walks. He really seemed to have like real pitch recognition, strike zone recognition specifically, and he caught well. So that sort of flipped the whole thing on its head. It's like, oh, well, maybe he's sort of an on-base guy, occasional power, not going to hit for a lot of average, but he's a good defensive catcher. And as it took about 2 years or so for him to really start to show the hit tool. That's not that unusual. Catchers do just take longer to develop. There's a lot of wear and tear on their bodies. We ask them to learn a lot more things. So I do try to give a lot of grace to catchers who don't perform right out of the gate. And he just kept getting better to the point where when I first circulated this list to front office executives, I sent out sort of a rough draft of it, and Jensen was lower, and guys kept coming back to me and saying, higher, higher, higher. This guy he might win Rookie of the Year. He is going to be an impact player basically right away. There aren't any catchers we would probably trade, there's no other catching prospects we would rather have than this guy. I do have one ahead of him, but that guy may not be a catcher. Carter Jensen is definitely a catcher, and he should get the majority of the starts behind the plate this year in Kansas City.
Yeah, because he's the better part of the platoon, the heavier part of the platoon with Salvador Perez, and Salvi's catching skills have declined a little bit. So that's the encouraging part, is that he really is, because I said if at some point somebody starts talking about left field with Carter Jensen, I'm going to lose my mind. And you're telling me there's absolutely no reason for this to turn into an MJ Melendez situation.
No. I mean, MJ, who I did like some as a prospect, but he was much more arm than anything else defensively, and he never had the plate discipline either, so you weren't necessarily going to clear the way for him. Jensen is a much more complete prospect as a catcher. And I mean, I've got to say that Royals, I think they've done a great job with him. We've seen a lot of player development, positive player development happening there in the last, I'd say 5 years, but particularly the last 2 years or so, 2-3 years, where we're seeing a lot of guys get better. It's more on the hitting side than the pitching side, but I think Jensen is kind of the crown jewel of the player development system there.
And I saw some numbers, like I think maybe 5th in the Rookie of the Year voting is where I've seen Carter Jensen. So you can get some pretty good odds if you jump on it right now, if you find it, to put some money down on Carter Jensen. Don't go crazy. It's a prop bet that they hold all year, but for a couple of bucks to be rooting for him, not a bad idea. Blake Mitchell. What is he? Because he continues to move up the prospect list, but the numbers continue to be kind of weird in the sense that is a lot of on base, no batting average, some power. We know he got robbed with a hammock bone, which is usually it kind of robs you of all your power for a year, and that happened to him last year. So how difficult is he? You landed him at 56. How hard was it to kind of get your arms around what he is with the kind of odd year he had last season?
There are about 3 or 4 guys on the list in that situation. Ethan Salas with the Padres is another one where he had a stress fracture in his lower back and missed basically the entire year. So with players like that, where I sort of believed in them beforehand, all the information I had beforehand was positive, I tried to lean more on previous reports, previous data, nothing. Blake Mitchell just wasn't going to hit the ball hard last year. We kind of, unfortunately, guys who hurt their handmade, who break their handmade, that lingers for months, sometimes for as long as 12 months. And so I tried to, again, kind of give that guy some grace. We know he can catch. We do know he can make much harder contact than that. I always give a guy credit when he tries to play through an injury. Not that I necessarily want anybody to force it, but he did try to give it a real effort. And he did come back in the fall league, and he took good at-bats, and it seemed like he was catching fine. The power just wasn't there. I just looked at 3 home runs all year. That's not who Blake Mitchell is. So I expect him to get back into double-digit home run territory this year. I expect to see him play a full season. I would like to see more consistent quality contact. That's the one thing to look for. He'll be 21. He'll certainly go to Double-A this year at this point. I wouldn't send him back to A-ball. And that's the number one thing I'll be looking for.
People have said that he, if it's possible, he takes too many pitches. Is that one possible, and 2, does he do it?
I haven't heard that on him. And I haven't seen him enough personally to say so. He was hurt when I was there in the spring at the breakout game, and I saw him. I think I saw 1 game of him in the fall league last year. So that is not a personal observation. No one has ever said that to me from inside or outside of the organization. That is a real thing. That is absolutely a passivity is a thing. Emmanuel Rodriguez is on the top 100, and he takes too many pitches. He takes too many strikes specifically. And it's sort of like, oh, my God, swing the bat already. Like, what are you waiting for? You're waiting for the absolute perfect pitch. You're waiting for Jesus Christ himself to come down and say, okay, you can swing now. Like, I have not heard that on Blake Mitchell. So I won't say it's not true, but I cannot confirm that.
And I can confirm there's only been like 2 or 3 times that Jesus Christ did actually come down and tell a guy swing the bat. So you're going to be waiting a long time. It doesn't happen often. We're talking to Keith Law here, Major League Baseball senior writer for The Athletic. His top 100 is out. Check it out. It's a must read. If you love baseball, if you love the prospect side, you probably already know about Keith Law. If you don't, check it out. You'll be a smarter baseball fan for checking it out. The Royals have 2 pitchers that we're pretty fired up about. Our buddy Randy, he and I do our Kaufman Corner podcast, and he is, David Shields is a guy that gets a lot of hype. Randy's all big on Kendry Churio because of the more raw stuff. Is that why he cracks the top 100 at 61 and Shields is on the outside?
It's the difference between the two, the main difference. But the reason that Churio is on the list is not really stuff. It's that it is maybe the best command of any pitching prospect in the minors. There may be guys who aren't prospects who have better command, but Churio, you can see the control in the walk rates. But as I talked to people who saw him over the course, particularly later in the year once he got to Columbia, they said, if this isn't grade 80 command, who is? You're just, at that point, you're just never giving out that grade. This guy is locating absolutely everything. The delivery works really well. He seems to have an exceptional idea of what he's doing. And he's 17. He isn't Zach Greinke. There's not a comparison between them, let's say, physically. But the way people talk about Churio on the mound, his feel for pitching, his understanding of what he's doing, you have had a guy like that before. Now, I don't know if Churio can do things like add and subtract or many of the other interesting things that Zach Greinke could do, but I think you got to be really excited about a guy who throws strikes like that, understands how to use his entire arsenal, and by the way, already throws plenty hard, which is the one thing Shields really doesn't do. He's got to pitch. For him to be a top 100 prospect, he has to have a major league fastball, and he doesn't have that right now.
Yeah. Where does Churio top out now at 17?
I think I had him at 95.
Okay.
He's probably going to throw a little bit harder because, obviously he's just physically going to develop. And he has, you can see from the video, too, he's got some room to grow. He's not huge. He's not going to be enormous. I also don't, I would really be inclined, if I were in the Royal system, to say, you don't have to throw any harder. We want you to get stronger. We want you to build durability. But do not, I don't want him going to driveline and trying to pick up 3 miles an hour. The way he is right now, particularly if the fastball does play, it does miss some bats. you're fine pitching at exactly this level. This should be more about building up your body so you can handle 180 innings a year.
It's great that you mentioned Zach Greinke, one of my all-time favorite guys to watch pitch, and my absolute top 3, certainly on my Mount Rushmore of guys to interview. I love talking to that guy. He's so much fun, so honest, and so genuine, and has some really great perspectives. So anytime somebody brings up Zach Greinke, it just brings a smile to my face. But Zach did have all those attributes, like the pitching part. But there was. Do you remember that time when Dayton Moore got here and that regime took over, and they wanted him to throw his fastball more, so they sent him back to the minors and then put him in the bullpen, and he was touching 100 miles per hour. Is that archaic to think that somebody would do that now, or was that something that helped Zach Greinke become who he became?
I only like doing that if you're saying we're making you a reliever full time, where the extra velocity is kind of part and parcel of switching to that role. So to me, that is, Zach Greinke obviously was a unique case in a lot of different ways, and I love Zach Greinke. You would not develop most guys the way you would develop Zach Greinke. And I think maybe in his case, too, where it was like he had so many weapons, he could add and subtract, and he was almost making up pitches on the fly. He might have been more, hey, your fastball is actually pretty good. We need you to develop that and learn to pitch off of it more and not use the full arsenal, because you become like a trick pitcher at that point. The vast majority of pitching prospects now, almost everybody on these lists that I'm the one that's published and the ones I'm going to write next week, team by team, everyone wants to throw super hard. So you're trying to get them to do other things. I had a story of a pitcher in a different system where I was told somewhat off the record, we told him, we're not promoting you to AA until you throw your slider, because he was just like, I can blow guys away with my fastball. I'm like, yeah, that's a cool story, bro, but it's A ball, and the goal is not for you to dominate A ball. The goal is for you to get to the big leagues. Throw your slider.
And did he, or is that still to be determined?
He did. I actually could see in the pitch data that I actually put some pitch data, and I could see actually all of a sudden the slider starts showing up at a certain point in the spring, and then he did get promoted, and he kept throwing slider. He should throw it more, but he does throw 100. I also understand that's going to be his primary pitch. He shouldn't be throwing 60% sliders if he throws 100 and it misses bats.
The Royals had a guy, we just talked about this guy the other day, I forgot his name then and I'm forgetting it now, that was throwing 100 miles an hour as a starter, but would just blow the fastball away, and they're like, listen, throw other pitches. He took forever. They left him in the minors, and then he eventually came up as a reliever. They junked the starting thing. What the hell was that guy's name?
It's a common story, honestly.
It is.
Right? A lot of guys can do that, and they don't throw the other pitches. They don't have the other pitches. A lot of guys, you can't spin the ball or can't throw, change up or split something to get guys on the other side out. Those are two main things that push guys to the bullpen, honestly. I guess other than injury is obviously the most common cause, but usually most guys need 3 pitches to succeed as a starter. You need some kind of effective breaking pitch for same-side hitters. You need a change of pace pitch to get hitters on the other side.
We're talking to Keith Law here on the program. Would you recommend Shields go hit driveline and try to find a few more miles per hour? Would that be what his offseason would be about?
Eventually, right? Let's see what happens naturally. He was also a football guy. It all worked so well. Everyone said at the time of the draft it was the best delivery of any high school pitcher in the country. He does throw strikes. He does have a good idea of what he's doing. I don't need you to throw 95 at 19. I probably need you to throw 95 when you're 22. There is a point, once he's getting closer to the majors, if either the results decline or he's close enough to the majors that you say, okay, now we need you to get to a major league average fastball. He does not have a major league average fastball. What he does will work at 93 to 95. Right now he's a lot more 89, 92, and it sounds like I'm down on the guy. I'm not. It's just there is kind of – I always joke. It's like the old Far Side comic. You must be as tall as this sign to attack the city. You got to throw this hard to pitch in the majors. You just do. You can't throw 89 as a right-handed starter and succeed in the majors. So it has to happen at some point. It does not have to happen while you're still a teenager.
What a toolbox. Jesus Christ coming down and allowing guys to swing, Far Side comics being cited. We're getting it all here, the full Keith Law experience.
I made a Leslie Gore joke in a column the other day, and readers got it. I was like, oh, thank goodness, because I thought a lot of those people were dead.
The best is just when a few get it. That's what you want.
That's my favorite. I'm the king of the niche joke. 3 people get it, I win. It's great. That's absolutely.
What was the Leslie Gore? Was it It's My Party? What was the Leslie Gore joke?
That's the one.
Okay.
That was the one.
Yeah.
Yes,
nice.
Because I was writing about Mackenzie Gore.
Okay.
So I said, you would cry. I understand Nats fans are sad to see him go. You would cry too if it happened to you.
So good.
Jack Caglione is no longer eligible for this list. It was a really rough go for him at the big league level. They sent him back down. He dominated again. Like, where is your concern level for Jack Caglione becoming, I don't want to say becoming a star, because like just because you put up great numbers in the minor leagues doesn't mean that means if you don't become a star, you failed. Something went wrong. It may just mean that you could dominate that level. Where is your level of concern with how rough it was for him that first year in the bigs?
Well, he shouldn't have been in the majors, right? I did not like the call-up at the time that it happened. He had barely played in AAA. And, look, I think we all knew the power was there. The point was to develop him as a hitter. And I think, obviously, he was so good in AA. And then he goes to AAA for, it was less than a month, actually, 28 games. And I guess that's probably a month in real time. I always think a month has 30 games in it. That is not actually true. But anyway, he wasn't there for very long.
Right.
And he was so good there with the ABS, too, so that obviously helps hitters quite a bit. And then they ran him right up to the majors. He never really went around either of those leagues enough for teams to see him multiple times and try to make adjustments, figure out what his weaknesses are. We know he has them, and attack him that way so that he would have to change his approach. Let him struggle in AAA and go around a little bit and see how he adjusts. And if he doesn't, right, you have a whole staff of player development guys who are going to drop everything and work with him because he's your number one prospect. So I didn't love the quick promotion. Now you have to make a tough decision. Do you send him back to AAA to work on exactly what I just described, or do you bring him back to the big leagues? And he can still work on that, but he might struggle, and then he's struggling in front of everybody. And not every player can handle that the same way, and obviously a lot of front offices don't like having their prized prospects struggling on the big league stage. I completely understand that myself. Either way, I'm not concerned about him long term. He's way too talented. He is probably going to end up still a 30 to 40 homer guy. Maybe it's a low batting average with his share of walks, good defense in an outfield corner. That power is going to play somewhere. I'd be very surprised if he fails to at least achieve what I just described.
Yeah, you were the first guy to hit me because I still don't love 250 pounds lumbering around in the outfield, but you were the first one to say you watched him and he looks fine out there. And you're still okay with him playing in the outfield?
Yeah, he's a big fella, but I mean, they're all huge at this point. Number of guys I've written up in the last couple of days who are like 6'8", or there's a catcher, Alfredo Duno, who is on my top 100. Okay, a little bit. I have a hard time with this. He's a 260-pound catcher. Like, that is a very big 19-year-old, right? This isn't Salvi Perez. He's like close to my age at this point. So these guys are all getting bigger, and the crazy thing is, as big as they are, they're athletic. They manage to make it work.
And you've been in a front office, I feel like part of the reason why Caglione was up, like I don't think they wanted him up, but they were also trying to contend, and he literally was their best option. I mean, like, but is that worthwhile, or the guy who's that good a prospect, should you be like, I don't care if we have to suffer, don't mess with that guy?
I am, I try very hard. I was going to say I am a rationalist. That would be a bit of hubris there. I try to be a rationalist. You cannot wish a player into being something he's not. You can't wish him into being ready. You can't, and it is not good strategy or process to call up a player and hope for the top 10% outcome, right? Where that player comes up and he's the lightning, you catch lightning in a bottle, right? It might happen. That is not good process, particularly for a player who is as valuable long-term as Caglione is. And he still is. I don't think they ruined him or something, but I think they probably, if they had the choice, they would do it differently a second time around. And that's fine, because they're going to have other really elite prospects coming where they're going to have to face similar decisions.
Yeah, we're talking right now with Keith Law about the Royals system, about the top 100 prospects. The system overall, how good do you think the system is now, and how much better has it gotten over the last couple of years?
I think the system is good. I think the arrow is pointing up. I do wish there was more depth. I think what has helped them a ton is the draft. Since they brought Brian Bridges in as the scouting director, I have loved their drafts both of the last 2 years. I think he's brought a ton of pretty high ceiling talent in. I mean, that's what he likes. I've known Brian a long time. He has his preferences, and those are the players he's going to go for. He wants the athletes. He wants the guys who can do a lot of different things and who will be able to make a lot of adjustments in terms of just taking instruction. And I think you're already seeing some of that throughout the system, honestly. I would like to see them work on their pitcher development. I think that is really the one weakness in the system right now. They've had a hard time developing arms. That predates the current front office, too. It goes back to the Dayton Moore era where they took all those high school pitchers who didn't pan out. They had the one year they took all those college pitchers in the draft. You and I talked about 1 billion times, but I think in the end really didn't pan out. And there are, that is probably the next frontier for them is to figure out. I mean, they're aware of this. It's not like I'm saying something they don't know. That is the next big thing I would like to see them develop because they're never going to go out and acquire much, if any, pitching in the free agent market. They did a great job the year they went out and got Waka and Lugo, and I think they'll continue to play in that part of the free agent market, but they're never going after the top-end guys. They have to develop them themselves, and that is going to come down to improving their player development results on the pitching side, and Shields will be a great example of that.
It's not as hard to develop outfielders as they've made it look, is it?
I think they
and a lot of that. Just sorry to interrupt you, but I want to be clear that obviously goes back to the Dayton days. This is not all. I'm not throwing that on JJ's plate because you draft a high school guy. You're 4 or 5 years. We're going back, but to have no outfielders is like, come on.
Yeah, and Carlos Beltran. Okay, I'm being obnoxious with that, but it's been a minute, right? I absolutely, yeah. They for a long time they are not the only team that did this, but they weren't really chasing power enough in the draft. I don't think there's balance, and that is another. I mean, I could talk about how good I think Brian Bridges is all day, honestly. He likes his power guys. He drafted Kathleen Known, but he also will go after hitters who are athletic and have physical projection. You think this guy's going to grow into power over time. We have a lot of teams now that they're just chasing the best exit velocities in the draft. But first of all, this is not the exit velocity Olympics, and second is, as hard as a guy hits the ball now, that is not how hard he's going to hit it in 3 years, particularly if you were talking about an 18-year-old in the draft or a 16-year-old in Venezuela. So you're part of the job of scouts, and now with your front office guys who are supporting the analytical role, is to find guys who are going to develop into those power hitters. I think for a while, Kansas City's ideal profile in all areas was the guys who could really hit, who would make a lot of contact, but didn't even necessarily project into that kind of power. You could also say they didn't develop a lot of those guys. Nick Prado, I think, is one of the best examples of a guy who he could really hit in high school, and then he got into pro ball and was very up and down. But even in the years where he did hit, the power was pretty questionable, and obviously he didn't pan out, unfortunately. They draft differently, they develop differently now, and so I am more optimistic that they will create the kind of players you're talking about.
By the way, you mentioned exit velocity. Has there ever been anyone more freaky than MJ Melendez in the fact that he almost never made contact, but if he did, he barreled everything?
I'll tell you something. This is it is almost depressing how many of these guys I am coming across writing up these team top 20s. It's wow, he hits the ball really hard. Oh, his hard hit rate is 53%. And he strikes out a third of the time, right? I don't care how hard you hit the ball. You have to hit it first to hit it hard. That's just a tautology, right? This is not an argument here. If you can't hit, I don't care how hard you hit it. You have to hit it first.
Yeah, I love it. Real quick, and then I'll get to my final four, and we'll go quick. Brendan Donovan has been looming out there as a guy that the Royals have had interest in. Chris Bubich has been the name that they've been dangling around. It hasn't happened now. I don't think it's going to happen if it hasn't happened by now. But if you had to go, all right, we're going to go prospects, would you put Churio into a deal to get Brendan Donovan if you're the No? Untouchable. Okay.
My worry with Churio, and I understand they're pitchers, they break all the time. My worry is, that one might really come back. He is 17. I guess he's probably 18 now. But, God, if you trade that one now, you might be giving up an ace.
Okay.
And he's too good. Unless you are getting me an ace right back, then I'm not doing it.
Keith Law is the best when it comes to breaking down the systems, the prospects. He does a fantastic job. You can read his great work at The Athletic. His Top 100 is out. I encourage you to get it. Final four time. I don't know if you're a gambler or not. I know you're a big board game player. But if I said you have to bet higher or lower, 82.5 wins of the Royals, where would you go?
Higher.
Higher. Okay, good. I'm on that side as well. Tell me, Caglione's career home runs, what are you figuring?
I'm in 350.
350. That's a pretty good number. All right. Do you believe in the touch gene?
The touch gene.
Zach Greinke explained to me, I said, you barely pitched, in high school, and then here you are, you're throwing strikes immediately. Like, how do you do it? He said, could always make my free throws, and, I could always putt, and, I just had the touch gene. I had a wicked jump spike serve in volleyball. I could pick out the worst kid, and I would just pound him. It's one of the most wonderful moments ever, sitting there interviewing somebody as he explained the touch gene to me. I'm curious, do you believe in the touch gene?
I don't think it's a gene, but I believe that that's a thing. That kind of accuracy, I absolutely think that's a thing.
Okay. And finally, moving the fences in, good or bad idea for the Royals?
I hate it. I don't want anything to do that. I hate that. I actually just generally don't like, just leave the fences alone. Like, get different players. The fences are not the problem.
Okay, there it is. Keith Law, you're the best. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you on down the road, my friend.
Yep, my pleasure.
All right, leave you with this for the kicker. Jimmy Johnson talking about the Bill Belichick situation. Again, I think most of us all agree this is a joke that the man is not going in on his first ballot. The Hall of Fame committee, I don't care who they are or what they say, they made a mistake on this. Jimmy Johnson was asked about it on the Pat McAfee show today.
Well, first of all, I think this tarnishes everything in the Hall of Fame. All of the inductees, everybody in the Hall of Fame, just because of 10 or 11 or 12 ignorant, jealous who did not vote for him. I think it tarnishes everything about the Hall of Fame. As far as if they're using the excuse of the Spygate, before they had the electronic communication between the sideline and the players, everybody was trying to steal signals. A lot of people would not admit to it, but every team had an individual trying to get the signals or doing one thing or another. And then one of the scouts for the Kansas City Chiefs talked to us. They said, hey, we've got the system. Howard Mudd is the best at doing it. They had a camera, and they would film the opponent's signal caller and match it up with the film, and then they would get their signals. And we noticed, we watched the Kansas City huddle, the offensive guard would look to the sideline, and Howard would go ahead and give them a signal, whether or not it was man coverage or zone coverage, et cetera, et cetera. Now, Howard Mudd left Kansas City. He left and actually went and worked for Bill Polian and Tony Dungy. Now, I'm not accusing them of doing it, but there were a lot of teams doing it back then before they put the electronic communication from sideline to the quarterback and the linebackers. And so if they're using that excuse to not put Bill Belichick in the Hall of Fame, it is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, I appreciate you coming out and saying that.
And by the way, we tried doing it, and we couldn't get a whole lot out of it. We weren't real good at it, so we stopped doing it.
All right, there it is, Jimmy Johnson talking about it. Going through the whole is cool as the Chiefs thing, but I couldn't agree more. The reasons they're giving are the reasons I've been telling you why the Hall of Fame is all screwed up, and Vahe put it in his column. I could not disagree more with the reason for it. That is not what it's about. Bill Belichick is a first ballot Hall of Fame, should have gone in on the first ballot Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame committee screwed it up. They should all be embarrassed.